Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Hoard of the Dragon Queen, Episode 5. We're cruising right along. We just saved the town of Greenest last session. It hurt quite a bit. Hey, thanks for the cheer. Coming from our own
strong
watches.
word.
Yeah, so, we did our best. We tried our hardest. So we are back. Let's see, where are we at? We are in the keep. After a long evening's activities. It is early in the morning. You guys have been up and at it pretty much all night. You showed up in the town at about 9 p.m. We had all sorts of adventures, saving people from the sanctuary, saving the mill, fighting people we shouldn't have fought, fighting people we should have fought, and we've all come down to this. It is early in the morning. Dawn has just broke. It's about 4:35 a.m. and the cultists have just kind of started to retreat to the southeast, with all of their minions in tow. So let's get back to it. I know that we are going to probably start with a long rest, but that's an 8-hour deal. So we've got plenty of time to talk a little bit about what's going on with our characters.
The whole stream.
Yeah, it's gonna be an 8-hour rest stream.
It's real time.
As always, we are joined with our noble paladin Azrael Sky, our wily warlock Bathin, he's here. I promise you he's here.
Yep, I'm here.
Monkster's the monk.
Hello.
Bjoren Bongiorno, our bard extraordinaire.
That's me.
I don't know about extraordinaire.
Extraordinaire. I made your bed.
And Clara Elwyn, the wizard mage. I always forget which one you are.
Wizard. Mage
The
is
wizard.
the class.
Yeah.
It's the wizard mage.
The wizard. Okay, so you guys, let me know what you'd like to do. We just kind of brought in the wife of the sister of the guardsman. He was just about ready to go down and fight himself. There was a particularly fierce duel that our good friend Azrael Sky almost didn't make it out of. He was able to. Oh, this is a test of the emergency alert system.
This guy's sister is his wife. This place is a backwater.
No.
Are we in Kentucky?
So Azrael Sky, I believe, is at 1 hit point or 0 hit points, but stable.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were able to spare the dying, save him. So let's pick back up. We're coming back into the keep, and it looks like Azrael's found a nice little bed in there.
Mm-hmm. Sorry.
Napping the
I
night
have
away.
a feeling that Monksters isn't actually a monk and just a really highly skilled rogue.
A drunk, highly skilled drunk rogue.
With a name like Monksters, you can't possibly actually be a monk.
You know,
It's just too obvious.
It's not his fault.
you could be right.
That's what the monastery named him.
My parents died at a young age. They had to give me a name.
The monastery picked
I had
him
to
up and
name
was like,
myself.
yes, his name shall be Monksters.
I named myself, actually.
That's all.
He
That's
wasn't-
all he knew. Those
I'm
are the
sorry.
red words.
I don't talk about it really much, but I named myself when I was young, and I'm not proud of it nowadays.
I'm just gotta stick with it, you know.
All written. I cannot change them.
His story is already being written, so it'd be
The
weird if he
next
changed
major
his
side
name
quest
now.
is obtaining name change documents for Monksters.
Yeah.
He can't change his names. I won't let him. It's gonna destroy all my previous rhymes.
He'd have to rewrite all of his stories.
I can't make the stories work anymore if I don't have the nice rhymes I have already.
You don't have the liquid paper.
No. What's liquid paper?
Right?
What sorcery is this?
What is that?
Just cast
So I-
prestidigitation on the sheet.
There you go.
I'm over here.
Ask
I'm over here,
Escondido
and I
if he
made-
knows of a person that can legally change your name.
So can I take this woman and grab her and
Ooh.
Jesus.
Whoa!
no, I'm just thinking.
You want that
my
reward early,
arms
don't you?
Heroically.
She's swooning, you know. Yeah, she was about to faint from the night's activities. No, she's standing proud and tall. She's bound, but yeah, she'll follow you if you want to head back into the keep.
All right, let's go back in to the safety of the keep.
Don't be trying to use my heroic deeds to.
You got beaten.
You're beaten and bloodied and asleep. Go to
I
sleep.
still saved her life, though. Don't try to use
So
my heroic
I made
deeds to your own benefit.
Like
I made
that sleep.
Azrael's bed over here. And then I
It's
got,
just me thinking out loud. You can't hear me. I'm inside the keep anyway.
I'm
Um,
gonna let
so-
you relax a little bit, Ezreal. I'm gonna walk out.
as you guys come back into the keep with the mother of the children, the kids are delighted to see that their mom actually made it, because there was a question there. We weren't positive, and the family kind of embraces each other. Their uncle's there, the kids are here, everybody's happy, and we did a pretty good job. A lot of the townsfolk of Greenest didn't make it, but some did, and that was all thanks to you. Tarba Nighthill, the governor of Greenest here, sincerely thanks you all, and says, please, if there is anything that you need, it is yours. Perhaps a comfortable bed after such a tiring evening. Perhaps a quick rest before we evaluate the state of our town, or a long rest, as it may be.
A bed, please. I am falling asleep.
All right, so some of you guys don't have to sleep the full 8 hours. Some of you, I think, do. And it's currently, like I said, about 4 a.m. So that's gonna be a long night. Or actually, it's maybe a very short
It's
night.
gonna be midday by the time we wake up, especially me.
Yeah.
I'm at 4
Oh, I
hours
can
now.
sleep. I can sleep 4 hours. It'll be fine.
I was gonna say everybody, I think, has to sleep 8 hours except for you and Monsters. Is that right?
No, monks are half hour.
Yeah, we'll sleep.
A long
They
rest
don't- they
is
don't
how
really
long for you?
sleep. They like meditate.
Yeah, they go in a trance.
Yeah, I could.
Are you serious?
Instead of
Yeah.
sleeping.
Yeah, 8 hours is the standard long rest. So unless you have a special debuff that lets you rest shorter, that's how
Right,
much
I
time
can-
will pass between now and where we're going to continue our asking of favors from Governor Tarba Nighthill.
Mr. Nighthill, Governor Nighthill. I feel like we've done a lot for your town now, and we've gone a long while without a little bit of payment. All we got was 2 measly healing potions.
Well,
I feel like we could be rewarded a little bit here.
I'm afraid that while you were investigating the mill, what little treasure we had left in the treasury was pilfered. That's why the keep was empty, as you see. When you entered, they had just finished cleaning us out. However, I do have a certain store available to me still, and I would be willing to pay you if you can procure some information for me. I'm most interested to hear why these raiders chose our town. We're in the middle of nowhere. We're a peaceful farming village. I need to know where their camp is located, how many raiders there are, who their leaders are, and why. Why are they attacking these hamlets and villages? If they plan to strike anywhere next, we need to know, and we need to alert that town.
What are you thinking in the ways of payment for this task?
I
'Cause
would
that
be
won't come cheap.
I would be willing to offer you 250 gold pieces each.
Each?
Each.
How about 300 each?
Alas, I can attempt to spring some more valuables, but like I said, anything that we really had was taken.
You know what? 250, and we'll take a tapestry each. How does that sound? You have very nice tapestry. I want the one behind your office in the tower.
You're going to travel with these tapestries?
I want the one behind your office. I don't know what the others want if they want their own tapestry, but I'm taking the one behind your office.
Poor man of everything he owns.
You're aware how heavy tapestries are.
Well, I'll find a way.
That would be the equivalent of putting a 300-pound boulder in your backpack.
I don't think a tapestry is quite 300 pounds.
No, it's not, but this is a metaphor for those that missed it. We were talking about adding 300-pound boulders to the packs earlier.
Let me ask.
Have they actually tried to do that?
Brother Google over there how heavy tapestries are.
Of course, if you are able to procure such information, anything that we have is yours, within reason. Our town still must survive after this harrowing incident. Surely you wouldn't leave us without riches to buy food.
Of course. All right.
However,
I'm happy with that.
if you're able to procure any of the wealth that was carted off by those villains, we would be happy to offer you a sizable reward for the return of that.
Sizable reward for the return of wealth. All right. That makes sense to me.
That is, of
Hey,
course,
Raymond?
less important than The information of which I seek.
Oh, of course. Information first, right, Monk?
Sure.
He's meditating. Leave me alone.
All right.
I'm quite drunk right
Alright.
now. Man.
Oh,
I'm just starting a break, so I'm still drunk and like I'm really tired.
Perhaps
You're
it's
welcome.
time to sleep it off.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
go meditate somewhere.
So yeah, for those of you that do need the full sleep, I would suggest you go and find a place to bunk down. Everyone else, if you have any particular flavor text or things that you would like to use, when you're kind of using this long rest time, just let me know and we'll play it out.
I'm over here, just standing guard for 4 hours.
Sounds reasonable. There was just an attack, and I do only see one guard up on the wall, so not a bad idea.
As you can see, I'm a sentry right now. I can just 60.
All right, so let's just, for the sake of time, fly through. 8 hours quickly passes. Bjoren stands watch for 4 hours and then reflects on his decisions in life for another 4 hours.
I take my bagpipe out. and I
Clara-
start to fiddle with it a little bit.
Clara wanders into the library and falls asleep at a table, kind of feet propped up, book kind of leaned against her chest as she was reading everything she could before she passed out.
Was she balancing?
Probably. That seems like a very, like, she wasn't actually touching anything, but her chair was balancing on 2 legs. Just, like an act of prestidigitation. Though I don't think that's a valid use of prestidigitation.
After
Azrael.
exactly 8 hours, the chair tips over and I wake up.
Yep. Yeah. Perfect alarm clock. Hey, Cam. Thanks for joining us, my man. We're just about to venture out on the next leg of our journey here. Bathin sleeps very soundly. For some reason, he seems to sleep the deepest and most comfortably of any of you, despite spending his days ripping hearts out of people.
Wonderful dreams. Wonderful.
And Azrael is pretty much flirting with death for all of the evening, but you do get all your hit points back, as well as half of your hit dice. Is that right? Is that what we determined?
Yep, it's half our hit dice.
And it's not half of your current; it's half of your total, right? So
Half
if you
your
have
total.
Yeah.
Hey, is the red
So we
circle
still got
on
full
roll 20
2.
your hit die?
it can be.
2 new value to the black center modification like +5, -3.
You can put whatever you want in there.
What does it say? Enter a new value into
I'll be honest, throughout this entire night, I didn't lose a single hit point or use a single hit dice.
I know. Don't rub it in.
Yeah.
That
Always.
extremely evasive wizard.
Hey, Bjorn Bongiorno.
Red.
3 months in a row. Woo. Thanks for the sub, Mr. Bjorn. I'll make sure to keep that in mind when I'm rolling against you.
What the hell? Which was my favorite? Stupid. Get out of here.
All right, so it's, let's see, 8 hours after 4 o'clock. That's 8 plus 4 is 12. It's midday. The sun is high over Greenest, and as you guys kind of emerge from the inner buildings and look about, you see that there's quite a bit of smoke still in the air. Many of the fires have burned themselves out, but there's a significant amount of damage that's happened to the town. The raiding party wasn't here just for riches and lives. It looks like they claimed quite a few pieces of the town as well. The entire eastern section actually is pretty much torched. So these people are going to be on hard times for a while now. But surprisingly enough, Governor Tarba Nighthill, looking like he hasn't slept at all since you guys last saw him, is still meandering about with a bit of a jovial smile, checking on the people, and everybody is quite shaken after the night's events, but definitely happy to be alive, kind of out enjoying the sunlight as much as they can. And as he sees you guys emerge from your buildings, he hails you down. And let's see, who do we have here? We have Monksters, who
Good morning.
was not in the chat. And he says, "Hoy there, adventurer, and hero, if I may say so. I'm glad that you're awake. I think that perhaps it's time to organize, well, perhaps we'll call it a strike back."
We do want to go see their camp for ourselves.
Well, it appears that they retreated to the southeast. I've already told your bagpiping friend some of the information of which I seek. Did you happen to speak to him yet?
Not yet. I just ended my meditation.
Ah, well, I'm not quite sure how that works, but as long as you're feeling fresh, I'd be happy to outfit you with any supplies you might need for the travel. And I would urge you, perhaps, to make haste before the trail is lost.
Let me go discuss with my companions, and I'll come back to you.
Right, well, I'll be here. I suppose I'll probably need to sleep eventually. And he wanders off to talk to Escobar.
Aha.
Escobar, the Red.
Bjoren, no.
I'm not really listening. I'm really intently looking at the tapestry in the back of the.
One day I will own this tapestry.
Rubbing your hands together. Ooh, yeah, that's gonna look really good on my backpack.
Just taking a hit of the pipe.
I tap on your shoulder.
Monsters. Jesus.
Yes.
I didn't hear you coming in.
So, what happened? Where are we?
Well, you don't remember much?
Well, I know what happened last night. I mean,
You
what
sure?
we toward.
So we need to regroup and just make a plan to what we're about to do. Because if we're gonna go help this guy and
Alright, let's go get the other.
try to get the money, I mean the information to get the tapestry. I mean to kill the eggs, right?
I'm not so sure what you're talking about, but yes,
Yeah.
let's go.
Let's
So we can leave for the
yeah. I'll be right there. Go ahead.
As you guys step inside, Edged Falcon Moon, the tiefling priest of the local sanctuary, steps up towards Bathin and kind of gives you a nod of affirmation. He seems to know what you truly are underneath of your mask of many faces, and says, "Ah, I didn't expect to see another of my kind for quite some time. Tell me, I don't know what brought you here, but you obviously have the wits about you to perhaps get me something I need."
What is it that you seek?
Well, if you remember, the monk that was here, he snaps, Leosin, his name. He was looking for something in particular. If I remember correctly, he said that him and his fellow monks were coming back from the library at Candlekeep on the way back to their home in Berdusk. When they...
Wait.
Was there
I
something?
gotta trying to write that down.
Okay. When he decided to stop in our town for some particular reason, I think that perhaps he might have known something would happen here. If you see Leosin, I would like to know what he knew.
What do you know of my mantle?
Ah, well, he is a monk from Berdusk. He spent some time with us here and seemed to tarry longer than he should as a traveler. I didn't expect him to spend so much time with us, but he seemed adamant at staying.
Huh. He didn't say anything about his motive?
Well, he disappeared shortly before these vermin came into our town and headed off to the southeast. I think perhaps he was attempting to infiltrate or maybe even join this gang. He didn't seem the type to consort with such. In fact, as a monk, he seemed quite the opposite. But I still feel perhaps he knows something he wasn't letting on.
Master Alentar has his reason. We need to go see him.
Well,
Yeah,
if
we
you're
need to
able
go see
to,
him.
if you're able to return him, I would greatly like to speak with him. And I promise you, I mean him no harm. I'm only curious as to what brought him here and how I might be of assistance.
Very well. I shall relay the message.
As you guys kind of gather in the courtyard, Governor Tarba Nighthill and Escobar Castellan of Greenest Keep walk over to you, both very visibly tired after the events, and they hail you once more and say, "Adventurers, is there anything else we can do for you before you set out?"
Bjorn,
Mm-hmm.
how am I here?
Well, buddy, I don't know how to tell you this, but you kind of...
Last thing I remember was a sword coming down on my collar.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Let's say the warlock kind of saved you.
The warlock.
Yeah, he cast some weird spell and then you just came back up. It seemed to work pretty well. Then you just went to sleep a little bit.
Bathin, what did you do to me?
Uh-oh. Mug, I did something.
I just nearly stopped you from dying.
I put my hand on Ezreal's shoulder. I go, don't worry. He helped you. He saved your life.
You didn't put no demons inside me, did you?
So many demons.
So many demons.
Mm-mm.
Oh, don't mess with that. We've seen what happens when he flies off the handle. Please keep him on the handle.
I facepalm audibly in the back.
Don't worry, no demons.
Did you keep it clean, warlock?
I did, but I will want your heart when you die.
You wrap it up.
But thank you.
Please, guys, we gotta go
Where are we going?
to the camp.
Escobar walks up and says, "Well, you'll have to forgive us for keeping our men here. I think that perhaps a small force would be able to infiltrate more easily. I don't recommend you attempt to fight your way in. That seems like it would be a foolish idea."
What?
I did notice that none of the men during the raid seemed to be in any sort of uniform, so perhaps you'll be able to sneak in unnoticed.
Do we have leftover robes from the guys we
Well, I'm
killed?
sure there's corpses scattered about.
Yeah, there should be, right?
I mean, you guys did. You did cut a sizable swath.
But I think maybe we should get Clara.
Yes, of course.
Her alarm clock hasn't quite gone off yet.
Does anyone know where Clara is?
She's a wizard, so maybe the library.
Must be in the library.
They are obsessed with books.
I'll go check if she's in the tower. I go in the tower.
He goes upstairs at the tapestry again.
She's... Oh god, he's back at the tapestry. She like
Just trying to...
pushes this woman out of the way. Get out of here. You're in my staring spot.
I need this. Okay, so now I made myself a very good mental picture of the nice terrain and the nice green hills that's in the tapestry, and I'm with a smile walking back to Monsters with a peaceful smile.
All right, are we off?
Yeah, I'm gonna walk in and kick the chair out from underneath Clara. Wake up!
I'm preparing my spells. I'm awake.
Just
I have to read my spell book to prepare my spells.
She's awfully ornery in the morning, man.
Walk in and kick a chair out from underneath them both. No, like,
That's a good point.
Wake up!
All right, so we're gonna
Spells or
head
not,
to
I'd be
the
pissed.
overworld now. We're gonna come to our map of the Sword Coasts, the land where we're having our adventure.
fancy. Is this better than the last one you had, or is it the same one?
I did up the resolution a little bit. I think it went from like 250 by 300 to like a 720 size image. So we're here. We're at the town of Greenest, and the trail that, or at least the direction that the cultists seem to be heading, was to the southeast. So what would you guys like to do as you guys head out of town to the southeast? You see the vast expanse of the green fields ahead of you, kind of approaching the mountain range between you and Am, and you can see that as you kind of go further to the south, the hills kind of break and it turns perhaps a little bit more rocky, a little more mountainous as you journey that
I want to
direction.
take the road west and go to Candlekeep.
I can't. Wait, can you ping where we're at? I'm having trouble finding it again.
You're in the very south here, actually. I think I can.
We're
Oh, I was
we-
looking north. Oh, okay. There we go.
There's
weren't we
definitely-
headed to the bandits camp?
Yeah, it's in the southeast, so I'm...
No, I thought it was in the northwest.
No,
it was
southeast.
northwest,
That
but
got
it was retcon.
retcon.
That
you
was
misheard. You
classic
misheard.
misdirection.
We've been fooled.
Tell me you're not gonna split the party. Let me just take care of that for you. Let me just take care of that for you. Get that out of here.
Plot? What plot? I'm going to Candlekeep. Goodbye.
I would like to go to Verdesk.
I need to go to El Chirel
Let's
for a personal quest.
take a detour to Baldur's Gate. I hear it's really nice this time of
Well,
year.
we do have those pelts still that need to go to Baldur's Gate.
Oh boy. So the party starts walking to the southeast.
He's taking away our agency.
I feel oppressed.
I'm not railroading you, but let's
He's not railroading us, but
So-
is that?
Do we need to pick
Choo-choo.
who
What
would
is that?
who would like
Revolutionary
to
train.
who would like to take point on the
Who's got good passive perception?
romp across the
Um,
land?
Let's
got
see.
15.
I think the
My
highest passive perception is probably Monk. No one else has wisdom in this party.
Perception +2 only.
Oh, okay.
I have
Fine.
15.
Passive
Mine's
perception 9.
11
Alex, on top of your page it says passive perception. Or
senses,
monsters, sorry.
passive perception.
Oh, passive perception 12.
Okay, I got 15, so I'll go first.
Okay, let the squishy bard go first. Do it.
I'm not squishy. You're
Arrow
squishy.
to the knee. Arrow to the knee. Be an adventurer.
I walk in front and they go, Monk, wanna stand behind me? We can have a chat. Have some
Yeah,
fun."
of course. Of course, I'm right by your sign.
Sorry, so did I hear that Monk was leading the marching order?
No,
No,
go
I
ahead.
Are we just marching
Bjoren.
lined up like a band of brothers that are just
Just walk. We walk the whole path wide.
We just walk in slow mo like a movie poster.
Yeah, so sorry, who's leading the charge? Who's
Bjorn.
All of us. We're in a straight line.
Bjorn? Oh yeah.
5 men abreast. Let's go.
We're all linked arms skipping off to see the wizard.
Alright.
I've got my staff slung over my
So,
shoulder.
You're
when,
just
I
like-
walk to the front of the party, I have good memories about Edmund. Just thinking about Edmund leading our party in the
Did you
front,
guys ever figure
hiding.
out that Edmund is a scumbag
No,
charlatan?
Edmund's back at the town.
They
making
didn't,
sure
yeah.
Everything rolls properly.
Edmund,
Yeah,
Edmund's
how
a
many
good
days
man.
later is this
You
from
slander him.
Edmund's?
It's
The Parker?
it's been a couple weeks.
Yeah, he's gone.
You traveled from an undisclosed location to get to Greenest. You came through a magical plot hole portal that dropped you right outside of town.
Damn mages.
Can I get a
Don't
perception
exist.
roll from all of you guys? We're gonna see what we're gonna see as we walk to the southeast.
Big numbers, low numbers.
Oh wait.
If you go back and add like a 1 to that, I'm just gonna.
Do I get a bonus?
Hey, non-nat 20. Good roll.
So that'd be that.
What's the bonus for perception?
It says it on your sheet.
Oh shit!
It's one of the main
Okay,
stats.
+5. Okay, so 10.
All right.
I think-
Well, is everyone else blind?
Yeah, pretty
What?
You have a negative.
You're definitely
never-
tapped into something.
he has. We all knew he had 8 wisdom.
Oh goodness.
He's been RPing it very well.
9 wisdom, thank you. 9.
Okay.
That's almost average. That's almost average.
Almost.
That's almost average.
It is.
It is
That's
below
only
average.
slightly below average.
So as you guys walk to the southeast, you do find a trail. It seems to be pretty easy. It doesn't look like they were attempting to cover their tracks. Some of you see a little bit more than others. Bathin, you in particular, notice that the trail is kind of muttered with many footprints going both directions. So it looks like perhaps this is the way that they came into the town and left the town. But you can see that the footprints leading back to the town, particularly those of the beasts, appear to be much deeper, heading back. But you guys are able to follow the footprints, and it's about 1 or 2 in the afternoon before you guys kind of come up into a more rugged region. So you continue to the southeast, following the footsteps of the cult. When you start to enter an area that has more kind of rocky plateaus, replacing these gently rolling hills that you've been walking through. So the land between the plateaus itself is largely flat, broken only by the outcroppings and wandering streams in the steep-sided gullies. Most of the plateaus are 50 to 100 feet above the surroundings, and could be difficult to climb, but there are some places where rocks have fallen and some things have kind of formed these natural ramps. So it's kind of, a treacherous location. Certainly not good for farming, but great for perhaps hiding a raider's camp. And as you guys kind of get into this more treacherous terrain, you see in the horizon what appears to be the smoke of a single fire several miles away. What would you like to do?
I see the
Do you see
smoke,
that
and I warn
smoke?
everybody.
Don't get excited about that smoke.
You say it's
coming-
several miles away?
Yeah, I mean it's you can spot it on the horizon. It's a
Okay.
fairly clear day, but it looks like it's not anything big. Maybe just like a small campfire that's creating this single pillar of smoke.
Is the smoke white or black?
It's your standard sort of smoky looking smoke.
Okay, I just wanted to know if they had new pope or not.
Guys, I'm not the
Maybe,
wisest one here, but I think it's a campfire.
Yes,
So
probably.
is there any trees to
Probably
cover
orange
But if
yellow
it's a
with
small campfire,
to cover our way there?
probably-
No, actually the land is pretty sparse of trees, but there are a lot of like I said, these plateaus kind of offer you chances to either get up top and try and get some vantage, or go down in the nooks and crannies and then only be seen from the nearby plateaus or in the same valleys that you're in.
So, Monk, what do you want to do? Do you want to go up and find some perch, get some high ground? There's no way we can lose with the high ground. Or we could go down and try to hide. Try to sneak by a little bit. What do you want to do?
Yeah. Let's get some vision. Let's go for the high ground.
Yeah, I agree. I think high ground would probably be a good idea.
All
Mm.
right. So as you guys kind of summit the top of a plateau, you are able to see, as you approach the source of the smoke, scene change.
We're moving stealthily though.
Yeah. You guys are in a point that
Alright.
that you're in a pretty good spot. So it appears that you've come across the small group of kobolds and cultists. They're grouped around a cooking fire that they're not clearly trying to hide. They've kind of just built it in the middle of this low spot between these surrounding hills, where a lot of these kind of large boulders have fallen down from the sides of these plateaus and rolled into kind of a loose jumble. It's an interesting position for someone to set up a little lunch spot, as it's not particularly defensible, and you actually see that the humans' weapons, from your vantage point, are stacked against a rock nearby, kind of out of easy reach. You can see them from your vantage point, kind of in a jumble over here. So it doesn't look like these guys are particularly worried about anybody that might be coming after them.
guys. it
Oh,
doesn't
I
matter
have
if
an-
these guys are particularly worried.
I have an idea.
This is
What's the range on minor illusion?
Probably like
We just
120.
want to jump on
It's
into
30 feet.
30 feet. You
There-
could
is
try
it
to
really
hide their
only 30?
weapons.
Yeah, it's short.
You could try to hide their weapons while I cast that.
Maybe they'll have forgotten where they put their weapons.
Well, if you just make them, if you make the rock look like it's a bit closer. I don't know.
Well, it's
Yeah.
30 feet.
Thinking about
Right.
stuff.
As you guys stand
Yeah.
atop your plateau, you can hear from down below bickering, as it appears that the kobolds, in kind of their harsh, almost kind of screeching language, are all arguing back across the campfire, and even the humanoids on the right hand side seem to be kind of arguing with each other, as everybody kind of gestures towards what appears to be two small hens that are roasting over the open flame.
So do you guys want to take them out? Do you want to sneak around?
Guys, I have no more
Ooh, wait.
patience for these animals.
So before Aaron,
Well,
before Ezreal does anything,
So basically,
I do have an
to get in a
idea.
camp, we want to sneak in, right?
we could try to sneak in and try to steal the weapons.
I mean the main camp.
This
Like,
Oh,
the
yeah,
one where they
this
all
doesn't
are.
appear, for those of you with 8 wisdom, this doesn't appear to be a raiding camp that would hold several hundred people.
9
No.
wisdom.
9 wisdom,
No.
excuse me. My apologies.
Yeah, so
It's
my
a
point is,
scout party.
when we get to the raiding camp, we want to sneak in with disguises. And
So you wanna
they
jump
know
these
all
guys?
of us by sight, and there are 4 of them, and our warlock already has his own disguise, so probably take
Pull
these
them
guys
up?
out and take their clothes.
Well, I agree. Because you guys definitely need outfits.
So here's the game plan. I'm just gonna cast web in the middle of the kobolds. I'm not even going to continue talking.
I'm gonna.
All right.
Wait.
Go ahead and roll initiative.
Let me cast Fairy Fire on him first. I want to cast Fairy Fire on everybody. Give them advantages.
Nice.
Wow, 145 initiative.
Yeah, they're ready.
So am I.
18.
Oh, he got a nat 20. Well, I was going to say I could use the spell Suggest and maybe start having them fight each other.
Or kiss.
Now kiss. The kobolds begin to move towards the cultists across the fire. Their qualms over the hens seem to have been abated.
Something in the air tonight.
There's something in the air. Oh, that's what we're missing. I was like, man, it's quiet. It's too quiet. It's because I don't have any music
gotta
going
put
on in the background.
You gotta put our faces in the turn order.
That's why
also.
I don't turn my stream on so I can listen to music.
Do you guys not have turn order right now?
Nope.
Okay,
Yeah, we're not on there.
I gotcha.
Thank you.
Oh, except for... Oh! Sorry, Clara.
Wait, you flipped me upside down. I'm dead.
Oh no, Clara!
How did I even do that?
Mouth to mouth, everybody! Help her! Help her!
Whoa!
Clara, don't die!
Who
I'm
didn't
giving
get it?
Claire
Who
mouth to
didn't get
mouth.
a turn? There we go.
There we go. 22.
I'm not entirely certain how I managed to... Okay, here we go. Flip vertical. There we go. Fixed it. Fixed it! Alrighty. Get my D&D playlist going here.
This is just
What's
like your
this
life.
playlist? Is it on Spotify?
No, I use Amazon Prime Music just because it's what I have.
Oh.
Alright, we're back. Okay. Adding
That was
in
right.
our kobolds.
Oh, you got 2 19s there. There's 2 19s up there. Damn it.
They got 2 19s and 18, a 17, a 16.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, they rolled really well.
However, you guys will most likely have a surprise round on them.
Good night. Okay, good. I was gonna say.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump on those weapons.
Should I even use a spell slot? Probably not. Eh?
Alright. Here we are. So we're going to start with Clara, and then we're going to go right back to Monksters, Clara, yada yada. So go ahead and initiate with your web.
Right.
Saving throw on that, right?
Yeah, Dex 14.
And what's the range on it? Is it going to hit all of them?
20-foot spear. Yeah,
Look at that.
all of the kobolds. How nicely lined up they all are.
Fire. Uh oh.
Spell
Whoa.
save.
Barbecue kobolds.
Spell save is
You got 4 of them.
It's 14.
14. Okay, so
Looks like at least 4 of them make it.
Half. Yeah. Half and half.
all right. So from your vantage point, you launch your web spell down into the mist, and Monksters. You get the idea that perhaps now is the time for action.
All right, so I'm gonna jump. Well, not jump, but like sprint and roll over there.
So heroic.
Oh yeah. As I come in, I'm gonna use my quarterstaff to, to try to make the guy in front of me lose his footing.
Okay. Are you gonna?
So you knock him prone.
Are you going to attack him, or are you going to try and trip him?
Well, I'm gonna attack him, but towards the knee or something.
Okay. Yeah. Just aim for that kneecap. Seems reasonable.
I
Bust
love
his
those
kneecaps
kneecaps,
out.
Let's make some dice. All right, so that's 6. So that's 16 for the hit and 9 damage.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use my flurry of blows on this guy.
Okay.
The guy next to it. For what's it be for? Oh, that's 18 plus 6, so that's 24 for the hit, plus 3, 2, so that's 5, plus 4, so that's 9 damage.
9 damage. Oh my. All right. Wow. Well struck, Monksters. Any bonuses? Well, I guess you already did a bonus. Anything else?
No.
Okay.
But I linked you the thing. If I use flurry blows, I gotta choose like one of 3 things.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, because you're open palm.
Yeah.
I think you can either knock them down, knock them back.
It must succeed on a dex saving throw or be knocked prone. It must make a strength saving throw. If it fails, you can push it up to 15 feet away from you. Or it can take reaction until the end of your next turn.
Okay.
Can you push it into the web?
15 on its dexterity saving throw. Is that enough?
What is it against? Mine?
Your DC should be 8 plus proficiency bonus plus wisdom modifier.
Wisdom for monks?
Yeah.
Repeat
Is it a
that?
spell, Alex?
No, it's not a spell. It's just it's a technique.
What's
As
your
soon as you use
wisdom modifier?
it. 14. Modifier plus 2.
Plus 2? Okay, so it's probably like 12.
That'd be 12, yeah.
All right, so it succeeds against your open palm
Alright.
fist strike, and it doesn't get knocked prone. Yep.
Alright, good.
All right, Clara.
Let's see. I don't feel like wasting a proper spell slot or another spell slot on these, so I'm just gonna fling Firebolt at the webs. Do I need to make a roll to just hit the web?
I'll give you it's a pretty large web that you've erected. You've managed to hit 4 of them, so I'll give you advantage on your Firebolt
Alright.
spell attack.
Forgot that I had my physical dice. It's a 17 and a 14.
Yeah, those will both hit.
So 17, okay. And just like before, the webs will go up in flame and do 2d4 damage, but stop immobilizing them, so... Ooh, 8.
Oh my god.
That's some crispy kobolds, and that is gonna strike only those that were immobilized by the web, correct?
No, it's everybody in the web
Ah.
who starts their turn in the radius of the web.
So everything takes 8 damage.
Well, as you
Nice.
guys might recall, kobolds not particularly frightening, especially not when encompassed in molten, flaming webs. Your fireball erupts the webs that are kind of around these kobolds, and they never have a chance to draw their weapons as they kind of screech and fall to the ground in a mess of rather smelly molten kobold and web.
I bet that's hot.
Yeah, very, very actually. You can feel the heat from there. You got to imagine what Monksters is. He's probably like Dwayne the Rock Johnson glistening down there.
That's very specific, and I can picture it.
I mean, look at his character model, right?
It kind of looks like him.
I'm just trying to protect my face with my arm.
Trying.
Don't forget, Bjoren, you have your bow now.
Well, Bjorn, you might get a chance to use it. You're up.
And I saw monsters run in. I got the biggest smile, and I just run right next to him. Cause that was bow. And then I take my rapier out, and then I just stab the guy in front of me in the throat.
Ooh, all right.
Specifically. And I'm gonna go ahead and roll the 2 dice. Ooh, 16 plus 5, that's 21. And I did 8 plus 3, 11 damage.
11 damage. All right. 11 damage is going to be enough. Who is it you're attacking? Sorry.
The one with the shield in front of me.
The shielded guy.
The one I saw Monk punch in the.
I thought Monk hit him.
No, he quarterstaffed this guy and then punched that guy in the face.
Alright.
So I'm gonna stab him in the throat, slowly, Game of Thrones style.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah. Lovely stab. Enough to drop him to the ground, and his corpse falls. His corpse falls dead. He is now deceased.
Woo! Full blood in my face. Yes, Monk, we did it.
Hell yeah! I high five you on the side.
And then I turn to the next cultist. Then I wait, because that's it. Can't do anything else.
Turn to the next one, and then I just stop.
Just look at him. What's up?
I raise my rapier.
This guy, spying that he is now between several not quite cooked hens, clearly the monster of death himself and his crony, realizes that his only escape is probably over the body of his formerly deceased cultist friend. He's gonna disengage, so he's not going to be hit by either of you. He runs over to the weapon stash and grabs his weapon, but he's not quite in a position to throw any weapons back to his companion. So he is now armed himself, and is kind of taking cover behind this rock.
Perfect.
How covered is he? Is he like full cover?
Not full cover. He's kind of ducking down and kind of looking out, so he's like in 3/4 cover.
Okay. Let's see. All right. Well. All right. I'm gonna come here. Or stupid clicky. Stupid clicky thing. Yeah, I'm gonna get here, and I'm going to cast Suggestion on this guy right here.
I don't think you need to.
But he's gonna do it anyways. All right,
You're gonna do it
suggestion.
anyway.
What are you suggesting?
For him to surrender.
Seems like a reasonable thing. He's got a
Surrender.
wisdom saving throw.
Yes, wisdom saving throw. It let's see. It would be. I'm trying to. Yeah. It would be, I guess, against my my spell mod plus proficiency, right? And wisdom.
He looks you square in your masked eyes.
Shit.
And no, it's just with advantage.
That's true.
You see a spark of something greater than himself in his eyes, but the spark is quickly snuffed out because I assume a 14 isn't going to hold against your spell save DC.
I believe it should. I believe it's. What is my spell save?
It says
My
it on
spell
the spell.
save. No, it doesn't. That's what I'm saying.
Charisma?
Suggestion just. My charisma is 18.
So your spell save DC is 14.
14 plus proficiency is plus my proficiency wouldn't be 16
No, it's
then?
8 plus proficiency plus your charisma modifier.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so 14. So it's
Resisted.
So
yeah.
yeah, you never mind. The spark is back. It reignites. And you see kind of a flash of fire burn in his eyes, and he kind of smiles directly at you.
Oh my god.
Ooh. Got a little tingly.
Azrael.
I mean,
Sorry, unless you have
his
a bonus.
loss, really.
No, I
Bonus,
don't have a
Beth.
bonus.
Okay.
Nope, we're good.
Azrael, you're up.
All right. So I'm still feeling kind of numb and trying to figure out what happened in my life in the past 24 hours.
Everything good, dude.
So I'm seeing what's going on in front of me, and I'm liking it. I'm
What's
digging
up?
this. It's just I'm trying to rejuvenate myself, my emotions and everything. So I'm gonna grab out my great sword
There's a fire there. Watch out.
and walk right here. And stand next to this fire and spit on it.
Oh,
It lets out
Four
a
hands.
it lets out a satisfying like sizzle.
so cool.
Then I look this guy in the eye for the first time, and
And probably the
However
last
long.
time.
somebody is going to feel the wrath of this great sword.
Try not to
Let's
destroy
see
his
it.
costume.
Wait, isn't this guy dead?
Yeah.
I'm doing.
Yeah.
He's got a single
That-
hole in his.
That guy's dead. But this guy's still alive, and he's within range of your longsword.
He's still perky.
Great sword.
Great sword, excuse me.
Nice.
17, that'll hit.
That'll hit.
Yep, no shield on that guy.
Sir.
Give me them
Awesome.
big numbers.
2d8, get it.
Not bad.
Let's see, 12.
So I'm gonna bring that great sword down over my head and slam him right in the shoulder like that damn dragon did to me
Oh, right in the shoulder.
for 12. I don't know if it goes past anything, but
Yeah, 12 damage against an unarmed ranger of his stature is enough to significantly split his collarbone and cause a mortal wound as he falls to the ground. The blood begins to soak into his tunic, and he drops to the ground dead.
Woo! Nice one, Azrael.
as after I bring the swing down and I see him fall to the ground, I start feeling that sensation you get when you're in battle. What is it
Ooh,
called?
The thrill.
The thrill. I start feeling the thrill come back.
The thrill of combat
And I
returns.
hold that sword out, and it's like, oh man, this is good.
Vision goes a little bit red.
God, we have a bloodthirsty paladin now?
I like it.
Save the hearts.
He's retribution.
King El Hagarmel.
Running over here to fetch his weapon that has been laid down. He looks first at the sword, kind of looks back at the group, and looks beyond them towards the strange masked fiend, who tried to convince him that perhaps surrender was an option. He kind of lets out that same wry smile and picks up a bow, and quickly draws it and lets loose an arrow towards Bathin. The arrow flies over your head. He's unfortunately not trained in the bow. He just kind of like found it there and just like, you know what? I'm gonna shoot this guy that tried to convince me otherwise. So he misses entirely. Good try.
Yep.
Monksters.
Alright, so I'm just gonna.
Wow. Heroism.
I'm
The
gonna
stories.
run. I'm gonna run and pole vault with my staff over this rock
Oh,
and land over here.
Okay.
While I
Dexterity.
do that. Alright, sure.
Dexterity check for your pole vault.
oh God!
Uh,
Please roll good.
That'd be
Don't
acrobatic.
impale yourself.
That does seem rather acrobatics. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm a big fan of using athletics in a lot of these
That's
places.
a natural 20 plus 6.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
Triple flip. Pops in the head is coming down.
A perfect 10-10 landing.
Yeah.
Boom.
While I do
Throws
this,
his hands up
I
in the
will-
air and goes,
I'm gonna land the pommel of my staff into his on his head. And attack with the quarterstaff at the same time.
All right. So you vaulted over him, and you're gonna use your attack to strike him as you land behind him with your quarterstaff.
Yes.
All right.
That'd be a 9 for the hit, and I don't think it's gonna hit. And 8 damage.
A 9 is not going to hit. You know what? You rolled a natural 20. I'm going to give you advantage on your hit. We're going to say that you struck him while flying over his head. So you can roll your d20 one more time. We'll rule cool
Alright.
this. We'll rule cool this bad boy.
That'd be a 15.
Damage?
No, 15 for the hit.
To hit. Yeah, that will hit.
I was like, damage? Damn.
And what was the damage roll for that?
8 damage.
8 damage. Okay. Already being injured by your early quarter staff blow, you crack your staff down on top of his head, and he kind of slumps against the rock, unmoving.
Let me check
Woo, monsters!
here. So I'm gonna quickly move here and use my punch this guy in the face.
I'm furiously writing notes down right now.
So you pole vaulted off of the rock, struck this guy on the head on your way over, and then landed, sidestepped, and then punched this guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Stylish.
Only the thing that the DM allows when you roll a natural 20. Just want to let everybody know that's usually a little bit too much for one move, but
Well, technically it's all legal.
Smash him, monsters.
So that'd be a 19 for the hit.
Yes!
And 5 damage.
Aww.
Just punch that fucker in the jaw.
Yeah.
boom,
A solid straight, to the jaw.
a palpable hit. I felt that one from here. All right, good blow, monsters.
Hit him with the jumping heavy punch into standing medium punch. Hell yeah.
Clara, you're up.
Alright, I'm not really one for theatrics, so I'm just gonna catch up a firebolt and fling it at the last remaining cultist.
Just casually pull that out.
Toss through it.
Oh, that's a 8 to hit.
And
It will not hit, unfortunately. My apologies.
Did I say an 8? I meant an 18.
Oh, that would hit,
No,
but I
that's
think
a
you
bad
might
joke.
be fudging the rolls a little bit. And how much damage? Sorry.
What? None. I missed.
no, he missed.
Oh, an 8 to hit. Well,
Yes.
I like to know how much damage that the guy avoided, just so he can kind of thank his.
Well, okay, fine. I'll roll the damage. He would have avoided 4.
Oh, okay, nothing. You might as well hit him next time. 4 damage, that's nothing. Bjorn,
Should have walked up and punched him.
you're up.
So, I'm feeling extremely inspired by monsters, so I take the rapier, I put it away, and I start running towards this guy, and then I give him a straight punch. Because I saw monsters punch him, and I really want to punch him too. I want to give him a single punch.
Do you have
I'm
any
sorry.
Do you have any proficiencies in unarmed or?
+2 to hit,
Here.
and it does 1 damage.
All right, roll your dice to hit, I guess.
I rolled a 1.
Oh my god! You just punched yourself!
He put his thumb inside of his fist.
And then I punched the rock.
Yeah, that's the one thing that they say you're not supposed to do. That's what really hurts you.
Yeah, that can break your thumb.
Just broke your thumb, Bjorn. Just broke it.
Shoot, yeah, you did break your thumb.
Oh my god.
It was just supposed to be like 1 or 2, but no, you take 4 points of self-inflicted physical damage.
Can you not?
Bard, can you not?
we just got done wrestling.
Monsters, it hurts.
How are you gonna play the bagpipes now?
How do you do this? How do you punch things so hard?
How are you gonna play your guitar with a broken hand?
It's a bagpipes, you fool.
How are you gonna do that too?
Can I throw you my flask?
He doesn't need the
I try to catch it with the broken hand.
Don't you have a flute?
Need 2 hands for flutes.
Maybe
right.
he can recite his stories of monsters to us.
Yeah.
That's part of the perform skill, is telling
Yeah.
story.
He's just gonna have to recite poetry.
Oratory
trying-
performances.
Please do not
I keep
make
trying
me
to
his
insert
stories
myself.
of monsters.
He can dance.
I keep trying to insert myself in Monkster's story, and I can never do anything heroic enough.
Interpretive dance.
I know. Is
Punch
this the start
myself.
of the depressed Bjoren arc?
No, Bjoren is never depressed.
I think that ends Bjorn's turn.
Hold on a
This
second.
is where Bjoren multi-classes into monk to be more like his hero.
Well-
next.
Good try, Bjorn. You know, you gave it your all.
I should have used inspiration.
Yeah, what's up with Twitch here? Twitch is being a bit of a bother for some reason tonight. I'm gonna try and stop the stream really quick and restart it.
Alright, I'll take the time to
What?
replenish the drink. Very.
Did your shoulder just?
See if that changes anything. Yeah, mine still says that it's live, but I can't actually see anything. Like it's just a black box.
I refreshed.
Come
Yeah,
back
it's
in
saying
here.
live, but it's black screen.
It's capturing just fine here on my screen. What's going on? I wonder if Twitch is having
Now I
wonder-
got the spinning circle of timeout. Should I go refill my drink real quick?
Yeah, good. Take a quick little break here while we try and figure out what's going on.
I'm checking down detector
I return.
now. Yeah, tons of reports are being posted. Twitch is having issues since 9:38 p.m. EDT.
That is a problem.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Oh god. Someone just posted it. Twitch has a black screen for everyone I try to watch except the Ladies of the Night.
Huh.
How are we supposed to turn this into our career if we can't even get Twitch working?
Damn you, Twitch.
Oh, well, it's working for Semper, she says. So it's in and out. I will have the recording available. We'll put it up on YouTube eventually. It might be a little broken up, but we'll at least get the bulk of it.
I'm back, by the way.
Cut out all the bathroom breaks from the finished.
Yeah, edit that
Product.
bad boy down. Alright, that guy's dead. He doesn't get any more turns. Oh god, there's only one left, and he's already taken 5 points of damage and -4 points of Bjorn punch.
He should have healed 4 off of that. And Bjoren tried to heal.
Healing
Bjoren,
punch!
but he-
We filled our guns full of healing
I'm back.
salve. Welcome back.
God, my hand hurts so much.
Well, perhaps this will be a lesson to you. Yeah, the Twitch stream's kind of been a little funky, so we're gonna try and stitch everything together. We'll play what we can, and I've got it recording now, so hopefully we can get the majority of it working on YouTube when the time is right.
I'm so sad.
Isn't there a way to live stream it straight to YouTube?
There is, but I don't have YouTube streaming set up,
Okay.
and I actually
Also,
I don't know
it's
if I
not-
can. Yeah, I know partners can stream on both Twitch and YouTube, but I don't know if affiliates can. Anyways, we're working
Alright,
for some people. We're gonna keep going. Bathin, you are up. One cultist
Well-
remains.
Well, fuck it. Let's Eldritch Blast this fucker to the face.
The customary warlock spell.
Classico.
God, my thumb. Ah! I think I sprained it. Monk!
Monk!
Monkey.
I
can
need
you
a
do
mug.
something? Ah!
Monk! I need a monk.
How'd you do that?
I'm gonna.
Show me your fist. Can I see your fist? Make a fist for me. Is your thumb out?
Oh, thumb out. When in
Is
doubt,
your
thumb out.
Sal?
When in doubt, thumb out. That's how it works.
So I make
And
the
I'm gonna
fist
use my
with the broken
movement.
hand again, and it hurts. Ah!
Three damage, you said?
yeah, 3 damage. And I head over there.
Moving up next to him. All right. Azrael Sky, you might have one more cleave left in that great sword of yours.
punch him, punch him, punch him.
Thumb in, thumb in, thumb in. No, wait, thumb out.
No, Israel, no.
Shit.
Ezreal might have gone to refill his drink.
So I'll take over for him for a little bit.
Should we
Ezreal
assume that he will?
He sheathes his great sword. He starts running towards the cultist. With the wings. Wings! He casts wings! And then he goes.
That's a 24-hour cooldown. Don't you?
I know.
He's using it.
Yeah, he wanted to use it for this guy. It's all about the intimidation.
He's
He
doing
feels
that awesome like superhero launch, like he jumps into the air, feet back, fist coming up, and then just wings, boom, right down on top of the guy. Oh, you're back.
and
What
then-
happened?
We're
Nothing.
playing for your.
It's your turn. There's one
You took over
cultist
your
remaining.
turn. You turned
We
on
popped your
wings.
wings. We popped
No,
your
we're
wings.
not, we're not using wings right now.
We ain't popping wings right
You got
now.
my
Too late.
wings. Sorry, it
Too
happened.
late.
You're welcome,
Epic.
Cannon.
Non-canonical. Non-canonical. All right, Ezreal, you're up.
What are we doing? For refresh me. What's going on?
There's one cultist
This guy
remaining.
here.
He is
Kill him.
bloodied.
He's punch
Finish
him.
him.
He's
Please,
bloody.
Azrael.
Don't you punch him. You
I
stab
go,
him. you
Azrael, punch him. You can do this, Azrael.
Bjoren just broke his fucking thumb. Do
For
not
the
punch
glory
him.
of battle, Azrael. Ah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Give him the bridge force salute.
As
Oh wait,
I'm
you
walking
can't. You got a
over,
broken thumb.
I look at our bard's hand and see that it's broken, and I just grin at how I possibly don't have to hear his silly songs anymore.
Oh, ho.
He's got healing word. He can heal that thing right up.
I go.
And
I'm
then,
ready.
And then, dramatic
and
pause.
then-
Do it.
because I'm enjoying his broken hand so much, I decide to punch
Yes.
this bloodied cultist.
Yes.
I slam my greatsword point down into the dirt, and then I just laugh. And then I
That's very
And then when he starts laughing, I start laughing.
Oh,
I start
you're,
laughing.
you're a little bit better at punching things.
and then so what do I do for a punch? It's just 4 damage.
Yeah, I think it's a D4.
It's the
No,
one,
no,
it's the one
mine-
plus
mine
your
Four
breaks
strength
damage. It
modifier.
says damage 4.
Yeah,
Yeah,
mine
it's
is.
D4.
Oh,
You
Plus
punched him for 4. I punch him for 1. You punch him for 4.
I have
You
my
didn't punch him for
modifier.
1. You punched yourself for 4.
You tree trunk arms or something?
Oh, plus my strength modifier. I hit him for 7.
Oh,
No,
Jesus.
it's just 1 plus your strength modifier.
Oh,
Yeah.
1 plus. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's already told me the answer then. 4. Yep, I hit him for 4.
great punch. Just enough to knock his lights out. He falls to the ground cold, and his eyelids kind of flutter. It looks like perhaps he's knocked out, but maybe not killed unless you want him to be.
My
Oh.
my
Yes.
broken hand is down at my
Coming
side.
back, boys.
I'm trying to fake like it doesn't hurt at all, and I'm pulling it off. I'm pulling it off.
So I'm gonna move quickly towards Bjoren and pull his thumb back like in place.
Ah!
Ooh! It lets out a satisfying pop as
Did I get
the knuckle
Did I get some
realigns.
did I get some healing for that because it feels good?
No, you don't.
No.
But at least your thumb is reset.
Whew! And then I take the bagpipes out and I play a little song just to make sure that my thumb is fine. And I smile at Azrael because I'm very happy that he punched him. I can write it down. Azrael, I'm gonna write that in a song someday, and then I just keep playing the bagpipes.
So, Nate, are these crags over here?
Yeah, those would be. You're currently at kind of the bottom of a valley. Those would be kind of slopes up to the plateaus.
Oh, slope up. All right. Well, I'm going to strip this guy naked, pull out his heart, and toss him in the fire.
Oh yeah, of course,
Whoa,
of course. Okay.
Jesus!
So the one that
Well-
was visibly unconscious instead of killed now has no heart.
I see him start to get him naked, and I turn around.
Whoa! What?
I
I'm
walk
gonna
over to.
take-
Oh,
I'm gonna take this guy
this
costume.
I walk here and I grab the ranger stuff.
The,
I'm gonna
the
give these clothes to Ezreal.
just so you know, the ranger has a very bloodied tunic since he was
I get.
slashed through
I
the
use-
shoulder. So
I use prestidigitation to clean the tunic up.
God, of course you goddamn do.
Yes!
Are there no consequences to your actions? Apparently not when you've got prestidigitation.
And then
It's the cure-all for everything.
I walk over to Clara, and then I go, "Here, Clara, I got you some ranger stuff. I don't know if you want something else, but that's the best I found for you.
I was gonna
It's all
take.
clean and fresh.
So fresh and so clean.
Sorry?
So fresh
I
and
was
so
gonna
clean.
take the robes from one of the cultists.
That
Yeah.
works too.
You might have
Yeah,
thought that this was a game of D&D. Nope. It's a tie
It's a game
dad.
of prestidigitation.
I run over to this guy. I get him
With our new
naked,
tie pod, the prestidigitation.
and I clean his clothes with I press his clothes with prestidigitation, and I throw him to Clara.
See,
Alright, thanks.
since I was smart, I gave Israel the ones that's not going to need prestidigitation.
So,
because
can
you
I-
guys just punched the man to death.
Can I check around?
Well, he punched him
On the-
into unconsciousness, and you took his heart out to death.
But
Can I check
did
around the
strip him
corpses in the
naked.
camp, see if there's anything worth it?
Sure,
Worth
yeah,
taking.
yeah. You can loot some bodies.
Yeah, let's go looting, boys.
As you kind of slink around looking for anything that they might have had, it looks like most of the valuables were kind of carted along with the major party. However, you do find that one of the kobolds had kind of hidden maybe a little sack that's got some nice pewter candlesticks in it, a couple of silver dining dishes, and what appear to be some religious carvings of Shantae taken from the sanctuary that you guys saved. Amongst the bodies, though, you do find 28 silver pieces that you guys can distribute however you like. Bjoren, you were the one that expressly said that you were doing the looting, so if you want to try and sleight of hand pocket those, that's fine. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you can say, "Hey guys, look what I found." You let me know.
I go, hey guys, I found 20 silver pieces, and I slip 8 pieces to monsters behind my back.
You sleight of hand it to him.
Yep.
And then I use my sleight of hand to take 2 more from the Hoard's pile.
All right. Well, you better roll for that, my friend.
Yeah.
You're gonna do me like that.
Oh, that's a natural one.
Yes! 6.
So you drop
Wait, that's a 9. That's a
you
9.
drop 5 of the remaining 20 pieces, and they seem to vanish into the ether as you now have only the 8 that Bjorn passed to you and 15, which perfectly splits between 5 people.
Wait, did you make 5 disappear?
What?
And then do I realize what monsters did, right?
Yep, they
So I
just
turn
That
around.
sounds, that sounds
Turn
almost
around
like a
and-
nat 20 on a sleight of hand check.
they just slipped into the ether, but not into your pocket.
God, monsters!
What?
I turn around, I glare at him, and then I take the 8 pieces back in my hands.
I look at him and I look like really baffled right now.
I take the
don't
8
know,
pieces.
I don't
I
know
take
that.
the 8 pieces back from his hands. Can I do that?
Yeah, that's fine.
No. They're in
So
my
how
end.
How many
This is-
pieces I have left?
This is
So I
usually
lost
why I
5.
hate giving my parties loot, because they end up just being like, all right, how can we split 23 silver pieces 5 ways?
I was
Let's
just- I
talk
was
about it
gonna
for
make
20
it
minutes.
equal.
I
I
don't
was gonna
want.
make it equal, and then I was gonna
I
give
don't want
monsters
anything.
some extra. But then he had to go on and try to steal stuff from his faithful bard. I'm really disappointed right now, monsters. Really disappointed.
I
Like-
wanted to roll my sleight of hand. and
So
it-
I split the rest of the money equally amongst everybody except monsters because I'm disappointed.
All right,
No,
how,
I just
Look, I'm so
go.
happy it's
All right,
I just
let's
move
move
along
on.
I appreciate
without
your
moving.
actions.
how many silver pieces are these people getting? You just let
So-
them know.
I found 28, right?
You found 23.
Oh, sorry, 23. So I lost 5. God damn it.
I mean, you found 28, and then you lost 5, so you found 23.
Okay, so I split 23. I'll go
See, all right.
22, I guess.
All denominations are now officially in multiples of 5.
Can we go 24? Can you say 24 so we can just split that stuff 666?
If you want to put one of your own
Okay,
silver
I'll go-
pieces in there,
Give me
you
your
can do that.
smallest- Give me your smallest denomination.
I'll put one of my own silver pieces. Just have
Oh,
it.
gosh.
There you go. Everybody gets 6 silver except monsters.
I get how
sure-
much?
I'm
6?
done.
So I'll keep the 5. I'll keep the 5
now
basically.
because I don't have interest in their money.
Clara gets 6, and then okay, well I'll keep Bathin's money.
A couple more, you
Is
can
this
buy
gold?
yourself a
Is this
cocktail.
gold?
Silver.
Silver pieces.
Silver?
It's just silver.
It's just silver.
I get 6 silver?
I have 10 gold
Yeah.
on me right now.
The fuck I want 6 silver for?
There's gold waiting for us
250
At the-
apiece.
By
at
the
this
way,
camp,
Bjorn,
and you're wondering about some silver.
Bjorn, by the way, it was a pleasure showing you how to get work done.
Like a small smile, a shy smile, looking down at the ground.
You do find that throughout the course of the combat, I think it was like
Wait.
2 rounds. It seems like that 12 seconds plus the looting time, we'll call it another like minute and 15 seconds, has perfectly cooked the 2 hens that were placed over the cooking fire. You can smell the tasty
smell it.
aromas.
Ooh. So I grab one of the hens. And should I eat it right now? How does eating work? Do I heal myself?
How does eating work?
How does one eat?
What I mean,
This is so World of Warcraft, right?
do you heal yourself when you eat, or do you just need to
No.
eat?
What is this, RuneScape? You can't just carry around food and just shove it into your mouth mid-combat.
I've got
I'm
30
asking.
sharks in my inventory.
Yeah.
I have plenty rations.
So there was
away.
There was silver, but there was also a religious book, right?
Yeah, there's some candlesticks, some silver serving dishes, and a few religious carvings from the sanctuary.
So I take the religious
from the
carvings.
sanctuary.
I look at Azrael and I go, "Does that look familiar to you?"
Not to me.
No, not for him.
She's
I do
zeros
not
them.
recognize that filth.
And then I turn and I look at
That
Clara,
filth. That's
and I go, "Clara, you read books.
Yeah. You're a learned person.
You know this
they
is
were religious icons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, of Shantea from the
Dudes,
town.
that was literally carved on the wall where we were saving people like 8 hours ago. How do you not
These are
remember?
from the town.
Jesus. It's been a week, ish.
Yeah, man. No drink since then.
No, it's been like a day.
It's been a day.
It's been like
No,
9
We
hours.
tra- I think we
Yeah,
we traveled
we
for a
haven't
couple
even
hours.
been gone. We just left the town, fool.
Yeah.
Well,
I,
get those here.
personally, as a real individual, do not know what the fuck you're talking about. That's why I do not
How do
recognize
you,
that filth.
how do you write Shante?
Shantea.
Shanti, she's the one that made
Shanae. She made your smoking
way,
herb poach.
I just died and
Yeah.
came back to
Your
life. So
pouch
if
of
somebody wants
herbs.
to
Yeah,
And
okay, yeah.
Goblet.
remind me of what
And
this
the-
is.
What are
What
you
is
talking
what?
about?
I got it. I remember.
All right.
Alright.
Are we ready for the? Are we ready to
Did
continue
you ask
our?
me to remind you what the
Yeah.
idols are?
So
No,
I'll just keep the
Bathin-
stuff
these
and
are-
when we stop.
Just little
Bathin's
religious figures of
already leaving, I'm gonna have to
Shantia,
spoil it.
goddess of fertility and agriculture from the town of
Yeah.
Greenest.
Uninterested.
They're a farming village, so they worship. Yep. Okay.
She has huge tracts of land.
Yeah.
How many candles was there? 3?
Many a field to be plowed there.
Oh, come on, you got to take a harmless Monty Python reference and make it into something disgusting. It's
What?
a
It's a farming town.
it's a sack of pewter candlesticks. You know, are you gonna really count the pewter
What's-
candlesticks? You're just gonna take the sack.
What's a pewter candlestick?
What do you mean?
It's a
Do you not know what a
candle.
candlestick is?
Yeah, but what's a
Pewter
it's just-
pewter is
oh,
like a
okay.
type of metal. Yeah.
Okay.
It's I think it's an alloy of silver and something else.
Yeah, that seems right. I believe that.
Okay.
They used to make metal Warhammer 40k figures out of it.
So I'll just
Tin,
take
copper,
that, put it in the bag, in my bag,
Tin
and
and copper. Yeah.
tin with
Formerly
copper
tin and lead.
and antimony.
Just a little lead in there for flavoring.
Formerly tin and lead. I guess in this period it would be made with lead.
and there was 2.
Give the candlesticks a lick.
All right. We're gonna move on.
Yeah. Let's go.
Bathin is left.
I've learned my lesson on giving you guys loot. God.
It's the first time you get
I'm
quite
gonna
lit-
melt these candlesticks down
I'm
and make
quite
little
literally-
metal figures that I'm gonna paint, and then I'm
Keep
gonna
it
play
to
war games
just
against people
fancy
with them.
bows with dragging prints on them or something.
Yeah.
You can only give us magic items.
All right. So, are you guys gonna continue along the visibly
Yeah.
beaten down path?
Yeah,
Apparently
like
our
a candle.
warlock has
Wait,
made his
I
own
was
path
thinking-
down.
Yeah, I had left you guys a while ago.
Oh wait, last thing. Can I look around the camp if there's arrows?
Sure.
Well,
Are you
I'm not
are you
trying to-
keeping?
I gotta-
Are you gonna keep track of arrows?
I just want to make sure I have some, because right now I wouldn't, except when I got the bow, I wouldn't have any more. So
The one guy tried to shoot a bow at us, so there should be arrows.
Yeah. You find a standard quiver with 20 arrows in it.
yay. Okay.
Now he's gonna count them one by one.
Oh god.
You go, how many feathers per? Is there any damage to arrows? I need to put the quality of the arrows.
Which ones are
No.
the best arrows?
Actually, technically speaking, there is a rule as written for arrows. If you search the battlefield after an end of a fight, you find half of your arrows. But
See?
yeah, so there is some arrow attrition.
If
Just-
you only shoot one arrow, what does that end up with?
I would say it rounds up, so you would find one arrow back.
So if
Always
you only shoot one arrow,
arrow.
you'll never run out of arrows.
There
Okay,
you
we're
go.
right together and down. We're good. Alright.
We're
perfect.
gaming the system.
We're gonna get
Yes.
real deep here. If you miss an arrow and it goes flying off, it might hit a tree. I'm gonna have to roll to see if it breaks. This is gonna get very complex. Arrow Simulator 2018.
I'm gonna roll
Amateurs
perception to
here.
find the
He
Amateurs.
bad
rolls a
again.
percent die every time.
Yeah.
Amateurs. I
Let
don't
me-
even know who Shantae is.
Let me roll my D100.
Shantia.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, a
Amateurs.
65. Let me look up what happens on the
Yeah,
arrow
roll-
table on a 65.
Should
Yeah,
name
roll
it
it 20
her-
times.
her-
Oh
her
man,
All right.
it is a
farms.
good thing that I did not roll wild magic sorcerer.
Right? Oh
Yeah.
god. I've heard stories about that.
They
I'm
get
playing
crazy.
one of my other game. I'm playing a lawful evil drow wild magic sorcerer. Anyway, that's a different game. Let's
All
move
right,
on.
let's move on.
Alright,
So we
move on.
continue to the southeast. We're in the theater of the mind right now because we're going to jump into our next zone here. As you guys copy the character tokens, paste the character tokens, as you guys move further into the bluffs and the foothills and all of the action. Somehow I missed Broken Thumb Bjoren back there. Let me grab his token.
That's his new title, Bjoren of the Broken Thumb.
Bjoren of the... Actually, that'd be a really good monk
That's his monk
title.
name. That's his.
When he
That's what
inevitably
happened.
takes a level in monk.
Yep. Bjorn of the Broken Thumb.
I think it would be only appropriate if he did take a level in monk. You know, he took a level of all of the different people that he was.
He takes a level in rogue, takes a level in wizard,
And Warlock.
and paladin.
Warlock's actually a smart thing to always take a level in. Just saying for
Especially
casters.
with bard.
Because the short rest, we do get our.
Wait, you get that with one level?
It's so
You only get the warlock spells from it.
Yeah, only
Yeah.
the two.
Well,
Only the Warlock.
then
spells.
There is a really
Whatever,
shitty
then.
sorcerer build that I won't go into that involves taking a couple level of warlock.
It's strong though.
What are you
Just
doing?
being able to short rest.
All right, sorry,
We're-
we're
we're-
transitioning to the next scene. I had to apply a little bit of the fog of war for no particular reason.
All black. It's all. Oh, okay. Bjorn, be ready with campfires. Best cantrip.
I
Yes.
think this is all crags and ridges, not a light.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, so it's still early afternoon. Let me give you a little bit more to work with there. From your vantage point down in the base of the hollow, you guys move up and you see what appears to be an opening in the plateaus. There, it's about 20 feet in width. It's kind of a narrowing, but you can see that the footprints definitely lead through that opening. Would you guys like to continue following the footprints?
Wait,
I,
I just realized that
I-
I'm an idiot.
We also shouldn't be metagaming here by
Okay,
showing
me too.
you the fog of war and the convenient plateaus on either sides, but hey, let's do it.
I've had Find Familiar in my spellbook this entire time.
I was just saying I want
So-
to roll perception and see
I'm
what
gonna.
I see.
Okay. Yeah, can we percept roll?
Yeah, you guys can give me a perception roll. So you're actively looking for an ambush, I'm taking it.
Ambush, traps, anything dangerous.
Of course. Yeah.
Safety.
perception. I got 17.
Don't cast invisible.
Do I really have to embarrass myself with this roll?
Seven.
Hey, it could be a natural 20, my man.
Yeah, it'd be a nat 20.
I rolled a 7, so now.
You'd
might
still be
save
a
the party.
19 total.
Not if he rolls a natural 20, you know, like I said.
Oh,
15, 17. All right.
I see nothing.
Guys,
Does anybody see
my
anything?
vision, it's gone black.
The blind paladin,
what?
not deaf.
I'm not
Uh,
sure.
you guys don't see anything in particular. However, those that rolled very highly, your characters get a kind of a bit of a tingling feeling, and you realize, hey, this looks like a perfect spot for an ambush. So I'm
If
gonna,
they knew we were coming.
if they knew you were coming. So I'm gonna give you guys with the high roll. If you're above a 15, so I guess that's just Monksters and Clara. Thank you. I kept wanting to say Zark. You guys have the option of drawing your weapons if you so choose.
Ah, yes, the weapons that I do have, that I do possess, that I do use.
That's correct.
Can I? There's no way I can get like around here, right?
So from your position, you see that the rocks that have fallen down there to kind of make this this space between the two plateaus make a cliff of about 10 to 15 feet, but it does look like it is difficult terrain, meaning it takes twice the movement to move through.
Okay. So it'd be like 40 feet to go there?
No, so you'd be looking at 15 feet to there, and then 20 feet to get up the cliff.
I
have an idea.
I can make someone invisible if you guys.
I was actually just about to ask. So, this feels a little bit suspicious.
It does indeed.
Which one of you has invisibility?
I do. Bjoren, buongiorno. At your service.
Bjoren, are you still able to turn people invisible?
Absolutely.
You turn me invisible real quick.
Why would I want to turn such a beautiful face invisible, my dear?
Oh, man!
Wow.
I would give you inspiration if you didn't already have it. That was just a good one.
I'm turning invisible to hide my blushing.
I give her a wink and I snap my fingers, then I turn her invisible.
I might make
All right.
Bjorn roll if you're gonna try and be hiding that blush.
So I'm gonna cast Levitate on myself,
Ah, okay, all right.
and I'm gonna creep forward to about here.
You might want to give her a little thing to show that she's invisible.
Yes, I will. One
Here.
moment. From your vantage point, you, Clara, can see the following laid out. Keep it down there, Bjorn. You don't know what's going on yet.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're stealthy, and that's, I guess, the closest thing I have to flying. So I guess you're flying.
Yeah, about 20 feet.
And you can see hiding behind the rocks and kind of watching the path that you guys are coming out. Some of them with weapons drawn.
So they definitely saw us.
They saw you indeed. But they are ready to.
They're waiting for us to come into the pass.
That does appear to be what they're doing. Yes.
All right, I'm gonna descend down. I'm going to say to the party, "Are they within like hearing range?"
I mean, maybe not whisper range.
Okay, and I'm gonna whisper to the party.
And they're kind of like, you could see that they'd position themselves so that they wouldn't be visible from that angle. They were kind of preparing to shoot down into the crevasse.
Yeah.
Since I roll high, I'm just gonna, put my hands on the Azrael's shoulder, just in case.
You're just giving
them to whisper to the party that there's a group.
Why
of
are you
cultists
touching me, monk?
just over the ridge,
Clara.
hiding.
Clara's back. What?
Yeah, I'm invisible, and I'm whispering to you guys that there's a group of cultists just over the ridge waiting to ambush us.
Question:
Which
does
side?
Anybody want to stab Clara?
No.
She showed up invisible, made a sound, tried to grab somebody.
I jumped instinctively, reached for the rapier.
to disguise the source of my voice.
I'm still wondering why
It's
monk
coming
is
from all around them.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
I'm
All
touching his shoulder.
Why?
All right. So
It's so muscular, he couldn't help it.
that would be a
I'm just massaging his shoulder.
in order for them to climb up there, it would be a strength check, right? Or would it be athletics?
It's not going to require a check. It's
Climbing.
just
Difficult terrain.
it's difficult
Oh,
terrain. Yeah. You can scramble up the rock face. You guys are all proficient enough adventurers to climb a measly sloping rock face.
What do we
Oh,
want to
it's
do, guys?
slipping. Okay.
Is there a way like further to the right to go up the ridge? Or to the left, either way.
It looks like it's difficult terrain all the way around the plateau from your vantage point.
Is there a way we could? Hey, Clara, do you see a way where we could sneak by behind him, try to get a surprise on him?
They're
They already
watching
know
this
we're
pass pretty intently.
I could go up
Yeah,
there.
they know we're here. We might be able to back up without them.
Oh, I could minor illusion something walking through there.
Oh, guys, we should just
Oh,
dress
minor
up.
illusion
Dress
can't
up and
move,
try to.
so.
We should dress up and try to walk by.
We're
Yeah, we
dressed
are
up,
wearing
actually.
cultist equipment, aren't we?
Oh yeah.
We are all
That could
dressed
work.
up.
So
And
I put on
since
the
we-
cultist attire.
Now that
We
we
already
know
had
that
it
they're
on.
there, well, yeah, not just that, but now that we know that they're there too, we
could
can
go
most
like
likely
this.
like shout out
Yeah.
and like we're on our way. Make way. We have
Let's not
more
shout. Let's
loot?
not shout. Last time
Let's
you
try
tried
to do that. We're
Last
already
time you
dressed
tried
up.
that,
We look
you
like cultists. There's no reason for us to be suspicious.
last time you tried that, you jumped in a mill and almost got killed.
Yeah, but that was pretty obvious what we
yeah.
were doing there.
Yeah. All right.
This, I think, could work. As long as Bathin is the one talking.
Yes.
So I shuffle my way through to Muxter's.
I agree.
I stay there.
And I look intently at Bathin.
All right. You guys are all in your regalia.
All right.
We should put the thing like this.
Oh, that's right. And we do look like the people that were resting at the camp before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna start heading towards here.
And are you going to openly hail them, or are you going to?
Yes, I'm gonna openly hail them.
Wait. Sorry. That's a mistake.
I'm gonna openly hail them and say,
Are we gonna let him go solo?
"Be ready.
Or Lincoln along.
Be ready. They're on their way. They ambushed us while we were resting and killed the kobolds. We're gonna need backup."
Claire's invisible.
Yep, she's
Yeah,
still
Claire's
got
still
her.
invisible.
She's also still
Flying in
Flying.
the air.
flying. Did you
Like,
cast
yeah,
your?
No,
'cause
but I
Imperial
have
God-
levitate active, but I'm not
Yeah.
levitating.
Did you-
There was 4 guards back
Sorry.
there, and we would have been 5.
Did you
So
cast
right now-
I'm just
invisibility on
back in
yourself?
the back waiting for all
Bjorn?
the
No,
ra-
no, only here.
Okay.
I'm just waiting.
Yeah, so
Uh,
we're all.
Give me a roll for. Actually, can you do this? Let me just check something really quick here. You know what? No. Hold on. Hoop, hoop, hoop.
DMing intensifies.
Where's it at? Jeez.
Is this okay?
Yeah, we're all good. Don't worry. Everything's gonna be just fine, guys. Don't worry. There's no reason the DM would ever secretly roll a d20.
Guys.
Okay. Roll your d20 there, Chance, for persuasion. Deception? Deception seems right.
Deception's lying. He lied.
Yeah. God
Kind
damn
of.
it.
He
Why do
kind
you
of
always
lied.
roll so goddamn
decep-
well?
Oh wait, it's deception. Add 2 more to that.
Yeah,
Because
great.
I have plus
Yeah.
6 to
That's
deception.
21.
Yeah, 21.
He rolls well because he's a warlock and charisma's his main stat.
Lies of the trade.
He's kind of our main face, so
You
Mini faces.
Really face.
you see
That makes
you
a
see a
difference.
head pop up from behind these rocks
Clever.
here, and he kind of looks down, and then pops back below the rock, and you don't hear anything else, but there's a moment of silence from the crevasse, and then you hear
fallen kobolds.
you hear from this side over here, the eastern side of the crevasse. You hear a call saying, "What's taken you so long to report back in?"
We only just managed to escape. Like I said before, they took out all the kobolds. We lost a few men back there. We need help.
Can I get one more deception roll, please?
He wants you to roll low. I'm seeing this. This is unfolding.
He's just gonna keep making you roll, but it's not gonna happen.
Oh no!
You get a +6.
No, I got a 13 with that.
Anything above a 10 isn't low.
I should have inspired him. Shit.
How should we play this? There's more silence from behind the rocks to the east.
More silence.
Tell us, what caused the trouble? Why do you say that you were held up?
And then I point to.
Those adventurers.
Yes, we've heard about them. No one's clearly been able to give us a description yet. Perhaps you could give us some information. Come up.
We've seen them very well.
Come
Did
up.
they-
We would be happy to let you pass.
Did they not see us all on the
Careful,
walls
Warlock.
when we were?
Yeah.
Maybe not these guys.
Roll insight.
Sure.
I only have a +1 in insight.
Maybe roll raw.
All right.
I have a +2. Can I roll insight?
Wait. I have pretty good insight. I think.
+4.
I have +2.
Everybody
Well,
roll an
You
insight.
you all can hear this.
Okay, well,
Oh!
tell me, DM, do they seem sincere?
They seem sincere indeed. They appear to be interested. It doesn't sound. You don't detect any threat in the offer to come up the
I'm
pass.
just gonna go up behind Bathin, still invisible, and whisper into him that they seem sincere. They
Alright,
seem to believe him.
Right. I'm gonna whisper quietly to the group that just be on guard. Be ready.
Sword is
so
ready.
We're gonna go up on this side, correct? Over here.
We're passing.
You can come right up. You can come right up the middle if you like.
Oh, right. Up in the
I mean,
okay.
if you'd like to clamber up the walls, you certainly can. But that might be a
gotcha.
little more suspicious than just walking right up the middle.
Yeah. Where's the rest of the group?
They're coming.
As you walk through
Clarion,
the Valley of Death, you shall fear no evil. As you walk through the precipice between these two plateaus, you see that there are several large boulders and rock slides that are precariously perched on top of the cliff, ready to topple down on unsuspecting adventurers at a moment's notice. But you're able to walk right past them. You guys don't have any problems there moving past. And as you get closer, the lip of the plateau, this is kind of sloping up as you approach the top of this split plateau here. You all of you guys see the variety of cultist members who are standing around. These raiders seem distinctly different though from the earlier stragglers that you guys killed. They're all dressed in similar, however not identical, black leather tunics with flared black mantles, and they appear to be a little bit more serious about the whole cult altogether than your earlier cultists.
These guys, right?
Yeah, everybody here in
All of them.
the immediate vicinity, yeah.
All right.
They seem more regimented and more put together than the simple raiders that you've been fighting.
All right. It's good news. We're approaching. So we keep going.
Yeah.
I follow monsters.
As you guys walk up the apparent leader of them, she kind of walks up with her sword sheathed, but her hand is on the pommel. You know, she's seen plenty of action to
Just
know
what
whether
you
or not to not specifically trust everybody that comes past her. She stands up on the lip of the plateau there, just about like 3 feet above you, but still kind of in a stance of confidence. And she says, "Tell me, how went the raid for your party?"
Do you want to keep?
Yeah.
Any of you?
Praise be the Dragon Queen. Thankfully, you were able to aid us. We fared rather well. We got a few silver and a few things from the keep. Not much. But hopefully it's enough.
We got a good look at these adventurers, though.
Praise Tiamat's glory. And tell me, the treasure, you, of course, kept it, did you not?
We had to leave it at the camp when we got attacked.
We got ambushed by the adventurers. We had to run away.
Well, tell me, what do these adventurers look like?
I take my little notepad out. I flip it. And I start flipping the pages. And I go. There was 4 of them. There was 4 of them. One of them was. Let me just get the race. One of them was a ranger elf. He had blonde hair and blue eyes. Another one was a dwarven knight, kind of a fighter, if you will. Another one was a half orc, and the last one was a gnome.
A ragtag group. I'm surprised they've been giving us such trouble. They certainly don't sound frightening.
Well,
They
contrary
are
to what
more
you've heard,
powerful than it looked like.
I've heard one of them has quite a beautiful voice.
No. Watch out for the gnome.
Can't say I've ever met a gnome that I particularly liked. Well, hurry on to the camp. We need to keep our eyes out in case these adventurers come through here.
Yes, please be careful.
Off you go.
Let's go.
We have a trap to spring. And she kind of gives you a little smile and walks back to her hidden position there.
They're going to have to retrofit their nets to fit for gnomes.
All right. I wanted to thank. I actually have a thank you that I have to throw out there, and I put it in chat. Do you guys remember who I specifically said? Torgard made our maps tonight. Found them online. Thank you very much, Torgard. Unfortunately, Torgard did not make an elaborate map of the raiding camp. So we are going to move into that. However, we don't have the most beautiful of maps. We're using the one straight out of the Dungeon Master's Guide. So
the forbidden material.
The forbidden material.
So wait.
The Tide Pod D&D books.
Yeah.
Invisibility lasts for an hour.
That's for up to an hour, yeah.
All right, so we are
let's
going
swear.
to come out to the Raiders camp here. Let me pop you guys over. As you guys continue to walk to the south, you find yourselves amongst
Oh my god.
several large plateaus, and you come across a large horseshoe-shaped one that has several distinct features. Let me tell you a little bit about these several distinct features. The camp itself is separated into 3 separate tiers. The first level is comprised of grubby huts. The grubby huts appear to be where the kobolds live. They're constructed of just very rough materials, quickly thrown together out of wood and timber and anything else that they can find. And honestly, this part of the camp, you can smell it as you begin to approach it. It stinks. It is not a very nice part of the camp. But past it, you can see that there are some sturdier, cleaner, more well decorated huts up on the second level here. From your vantage point, you're able to see several of them. It appears that they have kind of various paintings of dragons and regalia that's been constructed on them. They look like they're perhaps a little bit more sturdy and a little more permanent than the kobolds, or at least they've been designed to be a little bit more homey. And the camp itself does have a third layer, but the third layer itself is just the larger upper reaches of the plateau. Nothing appears to be situated up there, but you can see from your vantage point there is a close guard tower here, made out of sturdy lumber that's been strapped together. And then up on the upper cliff of the third layer, there's another large guard tower posted up there. Atop the guard towers are several humanoids. The far one you're unable to discern exactly what you're looking at. It's quite a distance away. I think by my measurement about 1,200 feet. But the closer one you can see is manned by a kobold with a hunting horn and a couple of humanoids that are standing up there, kind of keeping watch, but it looks like maybe they're having a game of dice as well. So somewhat distracted. It looks like the camp is not necessarily on high alert, as nobody challenges you guys for a signal or a password as you walk in. And in fact, you do see several other stragglers kind of returning to the camp, as it appears that those that were out, especially late into the evening during the raid, are just beginning to arrive back after a bit of a rest.
Short rest?
All
It's an
right.
actual
Does
question?
anybody need it?
No. I'm
No.
just asking.
All right, so well, right now we're cultists. We should just do what cultists do.
Are we seriously gonna walk in all of that?
So what else are we supposed to do?
We're disguised. They don't have very many uniforms. They don't seem on high alert. We need to figure out their dispositions and
Claire's invisible. She can just look fly
Yeah.
a little bit higher up and then check what's going on.
Claire's invisible. I resemble that of a higher ranking official, so I mean, I really
If
don't
one
have
of
to
these
answer
cultists-
questions to low-level kobolds and cultists.
we're really only here for reconnaissance to figure out what happened or how many troops they have, what the disposition of their forces in, and also what happened to that monk.
Yeah, Leos and Erland are.
So
We were told about the monk, right?
Correct.
so we need to look
And
for
also, I
the
believe
person.
we know that there's a clutch of dragon eggs in the cave here.
You do.
Yep.
That would be
Where
number 4, right?
they- that would be 4.
Yeah, in the back.
Here.
If I had to guess, that would be where most of their higher-ranking people
Would be.
go.
The camp does appear to get more secure the closer you move in towards the center of the horseshoe.
So I definitely think, I know Monk will probably want to prioritize us finding his master, and we do need to get. And he probably has good information for us in terms of he's probably seen the layout of the camp and he knows things, so it might be a good thing to go for.
This is gonna be hard for me.
Can I?
I wish I had this ability silence, just to silence the paladin, so he couldn't do anything.
Hey, he's
While
been
we're
good.
here,
He's been
Well,
good. I'll
I know-
vouch for it.
Warlock, you
No,
can't
he's been-
silence my sword.
As
Oh,
you
no,
guys
Jim.
as you guys stand at the mouth of the camp, people continue to kind of move around you and things happen around the camp. But I am going to have all of you guys make a
Roll for initiative.
charisma
God.
make a charisma check for me, please.
Yes.
Oh,
Which, if I remember correctly, is pretty safe roll because everybody in this party except for our wizard uses charisma.
and our monk.
I have a 14 charisma.
Plus modifier or plus
Mhm.
save? Modifier? Is it
Plus
a
mod,
Is it
yeah,
the
plus
mod?
modifier.
plus mod? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
17.
flat 18.
You have no charisma? You have like 10 charisma?
Yeah, I have 10.
Still beautiful.
19.
I think with 10 charisma, I'm just perfectly average.
Poor
Beauty
monk.
is in the
He's
eye.
only
of
got a
the
7.
love.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm that charisma.
I've been eyeing you since you got here.
So it's the early evening. It's
Checking you out.
it's getting to be 4 or 5 p.m. Still plenty of daylight left, but it does look like with the horseshoe kind of opening up to the west, that you guys will have a late dawn, but a late sunset as well. And you guys continue to walk into the camp. It sounds like you're walking in pretty much like you own the place. Is that at least that's what I was hearing?
It's my house.
So you guys continue into the camp. Is there any particular direction that anyone wants to lead the party? Are you guys all going to stay together?
Do we
Does it
see
look like there are prisons, like cages or anything anywhere?
From your vantage point, it doesn't look like there's anything of value down here on the first level, other than these stinking huts of the
Yeah,
kobolds.
just kobolds. Let's get to level 2.
Is
Very
there any type of gate between the two levels, or is it just like wide open like this?
So it slowly
read-
slopes up. The terrain itself does change, and you can actually, you can see that the level changes slightly, but there's no fences or barricades or anything between levels 1 and 2.
Okay. Can we move the token around, please?
Yes, I can give you guys the ability to do that, so long as everybody plays nicely.
Please.
Should be able to control it now.
Yep. All right, where do you guys want to go?
I definitely, yeah. I think
I feel like we
go
should.
towards level 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I read a book about being a con man once, and the most important thing is confidence, making it
Yeah.
look like you belong where you are.
All right, light jogging.
All right.
With my mask, I always belong.
I'm just following the road as best I can with the squares.
Azrael, you rolled a 19 for your charisma roll, correct?
Yep.
Good to know. As you guys continue into the camp, you come across several cultists. Again, no one appears to be in uniform. There are very few people who are wearing any sort of regalia, and all of it is rather muted. You see every once in a while those that appear to be a little bit more upright, a little bit more well-bearing. They carry themselves with a certain pride. And many of them, as they kind of look towards you, especially towards your warlock friend, wearing his mask, they kind of put their hands up in a strange symbol. They kind of fully outstretch their right hand with all of the fingers outstretched, kind of like a out of game,
God, Hail
kind of
Hitler?
like a high five. No, not that high. It's
killing me.
It's at chest level. It's kind of like if you were to hold your hand up and have someone stop. That's kind of the symbol that they give you. And some of them, when they see you, will say, "Praise Tiamat's glory," as they extend their right hand with this 5-fingered kind of salute.
I give the salute back. Praise Tiamat. You keep walking.
And you keep
You guys
walking.
You guys wanna do anything?
We need to look around for cages and stuff. Do we need to roll perception?
You don't have to. So as you move a little bit further in, you guys are still sticking mostly as a group, I take it, since you haven't told me otherwise. And the second level, like I said, appears to be of much more well-constructed huts. It appears that this is where most of the humanoid people live, not just the kobolds. Up here you see many people that are not in uniform, but also some that are. And they appear to be all going about various camp activities. Some are hauling around wagons. Some are managing animals. And you do actually see, as you look over to the southeast, I do believe. Let me just double check here. Yes, so as you look to the southeast, in this direction here, you see that there are a line of rather ill-gotten prisoners. They appear to be chained up and are being led back towards a hut here, in chains.
Do we notice the?
Yeah. Do I notice
Changer?
like my mentor around the prisoner?
It's too difficult to tell at this distance.
Okay. Can we see anything about this? Is it big enough for us to see from here?
So from your vantage point, you're not exactly able to see that. If you guys want to move a little bit more to the south, we can. So as you move further to the south, you see in the back of the canyon opens a large mouth of what appears to be a cave. The cave itself does appear to be heavily guarded. You actually see some people standing attentive on the outside, and it quickly drops off into darkness. So it's nothing more than a dark hole in the cliff face as you look from your current position.
That's got to be where the dragon's eggs are. Where the dragon's egg are.
Can I have you guys roll another charisma check for me, please?
Yes. Ooh,
Ooh.
Asriel, so
I am so charismatic.
glorious.
Yet I am the silent one in the back.
An
I'm
8.
charismatically quiet.
What happened to that gusto?
That's when the sword's out, my friend.
All right. So as you guys move a little bit further into the camp, you do see also one particular tent set off from the others there in the northeast. It's marked by the large 2 that you'll see on the map. This tent also appears to be well guarded. You see several men situated outside of it, and as you look over, you actually see emerging from the tent a large blue half dragon of about 12 feet in stature that looks a little bit familiar.
Gotta
Oh.
not be seen by that guy.
Oh my god.
We're still disguised.
Yeah, but
Right.
he knows our faces.
Oh yeah, I'm the only one wearing a mask.
Mhm.
I recognize that.
I stand in front of our paladin.
Yeah, I put my hand on
He's
Asriel's
fine. He
shoulder.
didn't do anything. He didn't do
Why do you
anything.
keep touching my shoulder?
Well, no. Well, I'm standing in front
As
of
I
him. so
look
his
at
face-
you with a
so
very
his
questionable.
face can't be seen.
Why?
Asriel, you're so muscular. I just want to make sure you're okay. You look
So
stiff,
can I look around if anybody's noticing us doing all this weird stuff?
No one has noticed you guys.
Okay,
You do see one particular cultist. He's also wearing the same style of robes that Bathin is. Kind of begin to pace towards you after he leaves the tent at number 3. However, Scion Wrath kind of gives a quick scan of the camp, the half dragon that is. Looks around and then moves back towards the cave here at number 4. He doesn't approach you guys.
So when the guard that comes from the tent number 3 comes by, I give him the salute.
He returns your salute, except for this one actually curls down his thumb and his pointer finger as he holds out his hand and says back
He's
to you,
taunting my thumb.
"Praise Tiamat's glory. Tell me."
Praise.
I apologize. I should never interrupt the man when he's about to give his salute.
Praise Tiamat's glory, indeed.
Tell me, what are you doing lounging about? You there. Do you have control of these men? And he motions towards you, Bathin.
I do.
Well, you must know as well as I what we expect of our initiates. Why are they not scrubbing chamber pots right now?
Oh, I have far more interesting things for them to be doing right now.
Ah. Well, I trust that you, as a dragon claw, know your place. I'll leave you to it. And he
I'm looking
paces
at
back
Monk's
off to the
hand on my
north,
shoulder.
to the
I'm
north
looking
part
at
of the
Monk's hand on
town.
my shoulder, and I'm asking him, what is this warlock doing?
Just let him do his thing. He's actually pretty good at this.
I hope so.
Yes.
Then we keep barking. Do you guys want to keep walking towards the prisoners? See what's going on over there?
I think we should.
I
Yeah,
think we should, but is there any buckets or anything around us?
As you look to your south, scattered amongst the huts, there do appear to be general things you would expect to find laying around the camp, including, yes, some buckets that are full of rather unsavory things that we don't need to mention on stream.
I think that that you guys should take some of these buckets and soiled cloths and keep them in hand. That way it looks as if you're about to clean and do work.
Ugh, I can't believe my life has come to this.
So I grab a bucket and I give one to Monk, and I grab another one for myself.
I'll grab this bucket for now.
Cool. Let's go, Azrael. It's not that bad.
Hmm.
I pour a little bit of mine out just so I don't have to carry too much weight. Because I'm so weak apparently and break my thumb.
Obviously, I am not happy about carrying this bucket of unmentionables.
As you guys walk closer to the hut, you hear from inside some mutterings, and you catch just a brief scrap of information. It appears to be about the half-blue dragon Scion Wrath, and you hear it mention that he is Mondath's right hand and is seldom far from her side. They talk a little bit about what happened with the recent duel, and said that they heard it was quite the spectacle to see, but that the challenger was not even able to land a single scratch on the half dragon.
What's the name of the leader?
Furlam Mondath.
Furlam
Cleric.
Mondath, okay.
Yeah, you guys should know those names.
So as
Yeah,
I'm walking,
I have it.
my
Furlam
hands full of this
wait,
bucket and my head down.
Furlam Mondath
stop.
is
I got it. It's the big bad.
well, no. Furlam Mondath is a general. She works for Resmir.
Scion Wrath is the dragon.
You do take some good notes. Yes, you've also heard talk of Resmir,
That was
who
the blue
does
dragon.
That's the name of the
Yeah.
dragon.
Annihilated those poor villagers.
Yeah,
that actually
Dra-
wasn't the blue dragon.
Oh, that's a different dragon?
no.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't know that.
Well, it's a half dragon,
Oh, Resmir's a half dragon.
similar to Scion Wrath.
So,
Okay, yeah.
All right.
Right.
So now that we have that little bit of information,
Blue dragon's
we
name
know.
is what?
The blue dragon's name that fought you is Scion Wrath.
Yeah, Scion Wrath is the half blue
No,
dragon.
what's the I
actual
mean the big
dragon.
dragon, the actual
I
dragon.
don't think we learned his name.
We didn't learn that the large dragon's name.
He had far more
just-
important things to do than
Okay,
to talk
yeah.
with you
So
guys about that.
as I said, as we're walking and I overhear them talking about the fight, as my head is down carrying this bucket of unmentionables, I stop.
okay.
All right. So, in the middle of the hustle of the camp, and in the middle of your guys' group, Azrael, with his head bent, stops. I can see his hand clenching the bucket.
Yeah. I go back for him. I go, Azrael, need to get a move on. If we stop anything that's going on here, we gotta start doing something.
Come on, buddy. You gotta do it.
And then I
This
nudge him.
monster is talking about the fight.
Ignore it.
We will avenge you. I promise. But
I can
is
tell
not
I can
fun.
tell you what happened, but you won't like it. Let's just deal with this later. Ezra, we gotta get a move on right now. We'll
Okay.
talk about this
Alright.
after.
Let's start heading to.
I
the
promise.
building.
I'll tell you everything that happened.
I'm still looking around, by the way, for my mentor.
Azrael, as you stood there, you do hear one more piece of information come from the tent. You hear them kind of jesting, saying that Greenest was probably their best haul yet. It's been the most profitable of all the towns that they've attacked, and that they've been ranging far and wide on small raids, but they were finally glad to have a valuable target such as Greenest.
I thought they were poor.
So as I hear that, I'm just gonna say that Bjorn himself sees my eyes start glowing.
Oh boy, that's not good,
Okay.
boys. I grab Azrael by the shoulders and I go, calm down. We can't attack anything here. Look around. We're gonna get destroyed if we do anything.
Can I have one more
Let's just go
charisma?
try.
One more
Let's
charisma
just-
check from the party, please.
Oh God.
Oh, 18 again.
20.
22.
I rolled an 18 and then 8 and then 18.
Mhm.
I just rolled horribly.
What the fuck, man? Chance? Goddamn 6.
So
A couple
Should I
people
finish it?
people begin to look your direction, Azrael, but no one,
so I heard. Sorry, go ahead.
no one approaches. You're attracting attention.
So Hurley, I tell him, you see these people in the cages over there? If you're gonna try to go help them, we gotta go right now. I look around and I point subtly at the people that start looking at them. Look, everybody's looking at us right now. We have to get a move on. And then I grab him a little bit harder. I push him a little bit more. This mountain of a man.
Let's see.
I'm looking at your roll and I think I'm buying it. Like, I will have my time, Bjorn. I will have my time with that blue monster.
Is the party moving to the east then, towards the captive tent?
My eyes stop glowing.
So,
I think
are there any little
He's not
identifying like things or gestures or like insignias that the cultists have that they do?
Other than this this 5-fingered kind of salute that they do, where they hold their hand out horizontal from their body. I explained it
Right.
kind of like if you were trying to stop somebody by like pushing
Okay.
your hand into the chest.
Yeah, because Tiamat's the 5-headed dragon. Yeah.
Way to pick that up. Nice work.
Jesus.
There don't appear to be any insignias or anything. Most of even here in the camp, most of the men about are not in uniform. Very few of them are wearing any sort of regalia, and you haven't seen anybody that's wearing anything extravagant. It's all been kind of just very minor, mantles or maybe a mask here or there.
Aside from Scion Wrath, I assume.
Well, I mean, he's a 12-foot tall half dragon who's
Yeah,
wearing full
probably
plate
got some
armor. He
fancy armor,
kind of
but
is got his own
We
little
haven't
thing going on here.
seen Mondath yet, right?
No,
had a
you
run with
have
her.
not seen Mondath in
What?
her characteristic purple robes.
What is this over here?
Wait, we've seen Monda.
Not in the camp, I mean.
Yeah, not
we
in
haven't
the
had
camp.
a
Oh,
run
no.
with her.
Is that just a bunch of rocks, Nick?
Yeah, that appears to be a rock slide that has come down from the upper levels of the plateau, similar to this one here. Perhaps
Does it look
areas,
climbable?
perhaps areas where you would be able to climb out.
Ooh.
So,
Did anyone else notice that the cultist that's dressed like me though,
So
when they did the salute, they only used
I
3
start
fingers.
I start to
the
grab the
thumb
party,
and pointing down.
and I'm gonna make us walk this way,
hmm.
trying to check out what's going on in the over here with the hostages, and then walk by behind this tent, like over there, but not right now. This is where I want to go though.
Is the party sticking together as you walk that direction?
Is that fun with everybody?
Sure.
All right.
Walking with purpose, because we don't want to look like we're just sneaking around.
If I've properly brushed up on my Forgotten Realms lore, I think at this point in time, Tiamat is in the 9 hells.
You are correct. Tiamat has not yet been
So
released.
the whole 2 heads thing, or 2 fingers down thing, might be related to that.
Jesus,
True.
Wow.
how are you
But
supposed to? You
but
found
it's-
that-
Clara
found that
Clara
in the
reads a
library?
lot of damn books. All right, Clara reads a lot of
Yeah,
books. She
Hey,
knows a
18
lot.
intelligence.
No, yeah, it's
And,
fair. I'm not gonna stop you. Your character could know stuff
I have
like
17
that.
intelligence. I knew that too.
Well, because my bond is my
Oh, by
my
the way,
master on his deathbed implored me to investigate the dragon cult. So
Oh,
You know some stuff. Yeah.
I read the same books.
I've read a bit of the metaphysics, and out of character, I just I've played in Forgotten Realms a lot.
No thanks.
As you guys move further south towards the where the captives were led out of, you see that there's a large stake that's situated outside of this tent here.
Is it like medium rare, well done?
Oh, I wish. No, it's a large wooden stake to which you see the willowy figure of a half elf who looks
shit.
a little bit familiar to you,
Oh, it's just like our
monsters.
other half elf.
Ooh.
Oh no.
He's currently bound at the stake. His
Uh-oh.
back is to you. You can just kind of see the peaks of his ears as his head is lolled against the stake. His back looks like it's been laid open several times as he's been whipped, well lashed to this
Master.
stake. He appears to be unconscious.
Is there?
Is he guarded?
Is there any guards?
There is indeed a kind of just general, non-specially addressed guard that is kind of walking back and forth between the pole that's here and this tent that's to the west.
All right. I whispered to Bathin, "We gotta get this guy out. It's my master. Find a reason.
What about the rest of them?
All of them. We gotta get them. All of them.
I'm afraid saving all of them is impossible.
Come on.
We could save your master, but the rest,
Oh,
there's
this
no
is
way
out of the
we can
question.
defend them.
We
We can't
gotta
defend
save
all of them.
I'm with Monsters. We've been looking for an ally. We've been looking for someone to trust.
Oh, no,
and this
I mean,
guy's right here
yes.
with information.
Yes, well, I believe we should save his master, 100%.
Oh, his
But
master.
the-
Yes.
But the rest of them, it's not feasible. We're not going to be able to get them all out of here.
I mean, let's just get closer. See what's going
You
on.
I'm
How many-
near
how many-
them.
How many
I'm
guards
near
does it look to?
Warlock, you can't convince any of these people that
Yeah.
you're here to transport.
I was
these...
going to say, you have a high-ranking cultist-looking outfit, and we've
Been carrying
analyzed it
crab
enough, I
buckets.
think, to imitate them pretty well. You might be able to just tell this guy to let the prisoners go because you have some work to put them to, and then just walk them out of the camp.
True. We can try. We can try it.
It doesn't hurt. And you have that weird hand wiggly suggestion spell, so if
Oh,
things
true.
go downhill,
wiggly
then
hand thing.
yeah, the little Jedi mind trick.
Warlock, just give it a shot.
All right. So I'm gonna walk up to the guard with the three-fingered salute.
And what do you say to
The
him?
Dragon Queen will rise again.
And what do you say to him, Beth?
Hail Tiamat, for she shall rise again.
A bit of flat.
Lord. Let's see. I have need for these prisoners. I need you to release them to me.
Well, they just got back from work detail, but I suppose if you want to take them out again, I can't complain about that. You're not mentioning this one here, are you? The half-elf? And he kind of gives it a little
Indeed.
head nod. Well, I have special orders from Resmir herself not to release him to anybody except for her, Scion Wrath, or Mondath. You'll have to talk to one of them if you want him.
Shit.
I've received direct orders from Resmir himself.
Did you say
that's-
himself? Go ahead and roll
It's
persuasion
herself.
with disadvantage.
It's herself.
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah, a little slip up. Quick
Yeah.
suggestion.
Let me know before you do
Yeah, I
your
agree.
disadvantage roll if you'd like to use suggestion.
Yeah, suggestion.
All right. Suggestion is a wisdom save, I do believe. Yeah.
You can give me a sentence long command.
What's
Okay.
your suggestion?
Mm.
Go get the message. Special message.
Release
Come
the
back in
prisoners
one-
and don't say anything about it.
Come back in 1 hour.
Release the prisoners and say nothing.
Right, alright, that sounds good to me. I'm gonna go get some meat.
Poor
Yeah.
writing. Poor writing.
The hunters just brought in a fresh antelope, so I suppose I'll go and have a bit of that if they haven't tossed it all to the rookery yet.
The rookery.
Sounds good.
Hold on now. Wait, also antelopes. What are we? Are we in Africa?
I know.
You guys are on the green fields.
In apparently Africa.
There's antelope in here. Okay.
All right, so
Let's not
You didn't see
test
the
this. Let's,
antelopes on-
take advantage of us.
You didn't see the antelopes on the tapestry?
Did we?
Bjorn studied it for hours.
The
apparently
tapestry that is going to be yours.
Why do you keep referring to this tapestry?
Did you not
once
see-
he meditated for 4 hours.
Did you not see the work of art?
Is this the time to have this conversation?
No, let's
Okay,
get this match on these
let's go.
So the guard wanders off to the northwest here. To
It's over here, right?
I
Yeah,
run
that's-
and grab my master
It's over here.
over here.
So
I run with Mugsters and I grab him from the other side so we can prop
if
him up.
there's specific orders to not have the half elf let out, then we should probably find a way to disguise him or something.
We have an extra set of clothes because you're
Yeah. Because you're invisible, we
Okay.
have an extra set of clothes.
Alright,
Okay.
let's him up. Can we? Is he? He's not.
how can he walk?
as you approach him, Monksters, you feel that with your well-attuned senses, his mind is sharp, but his body is weak, and he does kind of brush against your consciousness as you get close, and you feel at first kind of an iron will strike out at you before he realizes who you are, at which point his eyes open, and he blearily kind of looks up at you, and gives a wry smile and says, "I didn't think you'd come so soon."
Master, you're so weak. We gotta get out of here.
So as soon as Mug says that, I touch his master and I cast Cure Wounds.
Cure wounds? Okay.
Yeah. So I can heal
And as soon as he
1d8.
does that, I'll
Go.
lean over your shoulder and say, "I think he likes him more than you."
1d8, but I like his master too. I'm here to save his master.
Go ahead and roll for your heal. Monksters, he looks back to you, and kind of gives you a bit of a grin, despite his split lip from apparently being punched directly in the mouth.
That's
He looks at
plus-
you and says, "I'm afraid not, my friend. I've got more to learn before I'm done here."
That's plus 10.
Master, you're. What more can you learn from the stakes? I mean, you've been tortured here.
Ah, they might have broken my body. And as he says that, he spits out a tooth. Despite your healing, actually, it's the healing of his gums that kind of pops that tooth right out. So yeah, he's feeling a little better. But they haven't broken my spirit. I've got a lot to learn about Resmir's plans before I feel comfortable departing.
Master, we gotta. No, there must be another way.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion roll, Monksters.
Persuasion.
I'll be right back. I'm about to pee myself.
Okay.
Oof.
Please.
I'm not gonna persuade with this.
3. He seems rather insistent. In fact, as you attempt to persuade him, a couple of cult members that are kind of wandering nearby, kind of glance over your direction. I need everybody to make another charisma check for me.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, not bad.
15.
14.
All right, we'll need Phiasko to make one when he's back, but we'll keep playing.
I
for
rolled
now.
20 for him.
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
I promise I did, but I'll wait.
Well,
It wouldn't count anyways. 'cause I rolled
do you
it.
have it? Do you have his character sheet?
No.
Do you know what his?
Yeah, we'll
persona
let
is?
him roll when he comes back. It's fine.
+2.
Yeah. Let's just let him do it. So I want to convince that Master Leosin. I'll say Master Leosin because Master just feels wrong at this point. We've just been saying it so much.
Well, yeah, but I can call him master because it's my master.
Because he's his man.
Well, if he's your master, he's my master too.
How do you think Bjorn's gonna learn to be a monk?
He's gonna study. a bit more.
Spoilers.
Oh, please, you boys, can I talk to Leosin while we're waiting?
Of course.
Oh, master, we need to get out of here. I need to bring you with me. I need you to teach me a couple of things.
Master, what is your plan? What do we want to know?
I need to talk about Monksters. I need to talk about Monksters' youth. I need to write everything you know down.
Bjoren, not now.
This is important. Monksters.
This is weird.
It's not weird. We need him to join us.
Aaron, you're back. Can you do a charisma check for me?
Oh, another one? There's
Yeah.
so many charisma checks.
Monksters rolled a 1 while he was
Being
trying
suspicious.
to convince. All right. Yeah, you guys are drawing a little bit of attention, but no, again, no one stops you. They kind of see your warlock's regalia
Let's
and move along.
Need-
But Leosin seems steadfast that well, one, he's not going to move because he's chained or he's lashed to the pole. I mean, he's tied up. But he tells you Bjorn Bongiorno, that you'd never get me out of this camp. They'd be after you in 5 minutes as soon as they found that I was gone. No, it's best that you save yourself. I'll get out of this scrap just like I've gotten out of everyone before. Hey there, Monksters.
Master, I can't let you here. Me and my companion, we're quite capable. I'm sure we can do something.
I'm with Monksters. We can bring him back.
Leosin, even after your heal, is very visibly weak. So he doesn't appear to be in any sort of physical shape to try and resist you if you guys are adamant about carrying him out of here.
Knock him out and carry him.
Well, that
Yeah.
feels a little bit
I don't know
weird.
if you need to knock him out, but
Yeah,
I'll knock
I mean,
him out.
he's sensible. He can't fight you if you try and forcibly remove him, but
Don't make
He
me
wouldn't
chain
like,
this
he wouldn't like
motherfucker.
that.
I will strangle this fucker to sleep.
I can just sleep him, but I don't want to waste a spell slot.
Yeah, I will mage hand him with a quickness and strangle him to sleep.
Jesus! if you do that, I'm not gonna like that.
I'm gonna
Is any of
stop.
this necessary?
The longer that
Uh,
we're standing here, the more attention your guys are drawing.
Monksters' master is my master. I say we can just try to put him somewhere safe for now.
We have a bunch of civilians that need to get safe.
He doesn't want to leave. Does
I
it
don't
look like
wanna ruin
it for
does
one
it look
man.
that there's any place to hide here? Is that like a bunch of trees or is that something else?
that is a grouping of trees. But you're in the middle of a box canyon. Well,
Yeah.
not a box canyon, a
Horseshoe.
canyon that's only open on one side. Yeah, horseshoe. So I mean,
I
yeah,
do not
you
want
Does it
could
look like
hide in
there's-
there.
One man, we can come back.
So is there a way to get is there a bunch of guards on the way there, like here and here, or is it pretty clear?
There are general people milling about the camp and going about their business.
Can Leo? Can anyone untie Leosin?
I thought the
It's
guard
already
untied him
inside.
for us.
It's already untied.
Oh no, he just left.
Yeah, so
Oh, we told him to release the prisoners. Okay, well, we all have sharp objects.
prestidigitation.
No, there's that's.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
We have gone an hour without hearing that damn word.
Well,
We were
it's
so
just
close.
Let's make up for it. I cast prestidigitation.
Alright, so
you
you
cast
guys-
prestidigitation.
Do you guys want to try to save the? Do you guys want to try to save this hostage and bring him to the forester?
Yeah, we can do that.
I have
Oh,
an
wait,
idea.
we can just walk out with them. We have a high-ranking looking cultist.
Yeah,
let's
I have
just
an
work
idea.
out.
What we're gonna do?
We need
What we're gonna do?
information also.
We're gonna get these. We're gonna get these people, and Monk's master that's persistently not wanting to leave. We're gonna march right out the front fucking door, and we're gonna kill the people outside the gates.
Clara, you want to split the party? You're invisible and you can fly. Do you want to go see what's going on?
Drag
can't
that
fly, I can
handcuffed
levitate
one
up to
with
20
us,
feet.
No, well, you
and
want to go
just
see what's going on
explain
around?
that he is being complicated,
Try to
and
listen
we have a
to.
plan for him.
Oh well, we don't have to kill them. I could just say that I gathered these people as reinforcements to fight the adventurers that are on their way.
Governor Nighthill wanted us to listen for some information.
We've listened for a lot of information.
We've
Yeah,
gotten
but
quite,
why about
we got
about
quite
why,
a bit. We know what's
about why
going on.
about why they targeted their town specifically?
Okay,
Except,
well, I can
except
go
that it
find
was
that out,
valuable because that's what we
and
heard.
you guys can march out with the cultists.
Yeah, because we heard that it was because it was valuable, but that can't be the only reason, right?
Yeah. Well,
That tapestry.
That's
they've got dragon eggs or dragon hatchlings because they said that they were
It's
feeding.
eggs. They
So
were
what
Well,
do we
eggs.
they
do
said
with
that they were feeding meat to the hatchlings in the, what do they call it, the rookery.
True.
So I think they might have already hatched, or they're just waiting for them to hatch. I don't know. But we know that they at least have dragon eggs in there. And if I had to guess, because I don't think we've seen the rest of the stuff that they stole from the town in the camp, right?
I think that stuff would be here.
We know it's been a good catch for them, but we don't know
Yeah.
what they got.
They carted out a lot of goods according to them. So
okay.
it's either in here or in the cave.
Monsters, do you trust your master to get out of here?
Not by himself, not in this shape.
So if we have to get him out, and he doesn't want to go willingly,
I think we need to take him by
I'll
force.
carry him.
I can suggest him.
You carry him.
But
Just, we'll carry him. He can't resist.
Maybe we can leave someone else in his place.
Prestidigitation.
Yeah, we can
Oh.
prestidigitation a clone.
wait, we could knock a guard out.
I could minor illusion a clone.
No, you can't.
That would disappear after you leave 30 feet, so it wouldn't
True.
last very long. Yeah, we could find a guard, knock him out, strip him, and chain him up.
Is there any guards, solo guards around this area?
There's nobody that's outside. However, the flap to the tent where the prisoners were led into, you guys still haven't looked in there yet.
Which
Can we
tent was
take
it,
a peek in?
It's just the immediate. It's this one here.
This one? Okay.
Yeah, so you guys are right down here.
Right here. We take a
So-
look inside then.
Yes, you can. As
He's invisible.
you peek inside,
She's invisible.
as you kind of just like a faint breeze open up the tent flap and look inside, you find eight kind of humanoid looking prisoners. Upon closer inspection, you realize that the majority of them are human, with the save of one half elf and one half orc. The rest are a mix of human male and female. And they are tied up inside of this tent, and they look pretty rough. They look like perhaps they have been here for a while. Two of the humans look a little bit healthier than the others, but some of them look like they're perhaps on death's door. The healthier ones, it's hard to say, but they look significantly cleaner than the other ones. Perhaps these are citizens of the town of Greenest.
So I point to Clara and I use my message cantrip,
My
Right.
mess-
and I ask her, what are you seeing, Clara? Anything? How many
I can
guards?
respond with one sentence, right?
Yeah, you
I
can
believe so,
respond.
and I think it's mental too. It's not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's mental.
You point your
more
finger towards
prisoners.
your creature. Go ahead.
More prisoners. That's what I send back.
Okay. There's more prisoners in the tent.
So there's no guards sitting
Yeah,
around.
is there any guards?
As you begin to question if there are any guards, you hear from the other side of the tent two men talking as they kind of begin to round the tent towards the party that's at the stake, and you just kind of hear the murmur of their words. It sounds like maybe they're talking about kobolds and how, well, they are incredibly useless. Their devotion to their dragon kin, their half dragon leaders, is rather amiable. But rest assured, they are completely useless.
Perfect.
They obviously haven't used the kobolds to set up traps and stuff.
So there's two guards you said inside?
Two of them are rounding the south side of the tent here, that cleric can hear. They appear to be walking around.
Okay.
Walking to the...
Yeah, and they are walking...
Okay. I want to go back to the party. I want to go to Monk, and I want to ask if he thinks he can knock out one of those guards without killing him.
Of course.
With a nice punch, well-placed punch.
I'll
Yeah.
punch him. Nice.
Alright, so...
Oh, punch.
Yeah, I want to go... Can we, like, set up an ambush from the tent flap or something to
Sure.
take them out?
But you better move quick. They're walking around the sides.
Yeah, let's go.
Want to go down route? This way or that way?
I don't think it matters. Just
I'm
get
ready.
to the tent flap and choke them out.
Ha, ha.
All right, so you guys go into the
What?
tent.
And then we pop out and we
Is that right?
boo and knock them out.
Boom, boom,
There's
boom.
2 of them, guys.
Yeah. I've read books on this. I apply the pommel of a dagger to the back of the skull, and that should knock them out, theoretically. I've read about it.
Like I said,
I've read about that too.
I'll mage hand strangle a bitch.
I don't think
Jesus,
Mage Hand
really?
can
I was
apply
gonna
that.
say, I don't think you
It's-
will. That seems...
It's like, what, 10 pounds of pressure?
10. That's enough to hurt.
I really-
That'll
Minor
crush it,
chafing.
Larynx.
Some
Um,
minor chafing.
Larynx.
I take him, raise him up, and rip him in half.
With Mage Hand.
10 pounds of pressure.
What if I have the mage hand in my hand and I throw it? That's 10 pounds of
I don't-
force being thrown at your throat.
All right, I need a roll. Mage hand isn't a physical thing. I need a roll from our dagger wielding friend who's going.
That's wait. That's gonna make you uninvisible.
Well, I can just strip the clothes off one of these guys and wear that on the way
You
out.
already have a set of clothes. You're just invisible.
I thought we were giving one to,
Yeah, we need it for
Yeah,
freaking monks.
Near to
Master.
Oh yeah, we're bringing the other boy.
Done.
Okay.
Mr. Ilantar.
so can I get
For
advantage
strictly
on this?
monk.
Sure, I'll give you advantage on your roll. Monk, you also need to roll for me.
Oh, that's like,
Barrel? Just
just an attack.
Yeah, just a regular attack roll.
That's a 15.
that's 11.
So
With advantage?
Oh, with advantage.
Yeah, because we're surprising them.
That'd be 14 then.
Oh,
all right, so you're able to knock the first one out, but I'm gonna have you tussle with this second one here. He hears the ooh from his guard companion as he's struck in the back of the head, and reels just in time to find himself face to face with an angry monkster.
can I inspire him?
Oh, and he rolled a 1.
Oh,
So
never mind.
all you have to do is not roll a 1, and you'll be able to quick clasp a hand
Come
over
on,
his
monk.
mouth and grasp him.
Joe,
grapple
do you need me to inspire you? You think?
Wait, that's for the damage you mean? What am I rolling for?
Let's
You're-
roll another 20.
You're using dexterity or strength to grapple him.
Oh, that's 17.
Yeah. So he reels, but just in time to have you grab him around the face and clasp a hand over his mouth. His eyes kind of go wide as you apply your secret monk nerve pinch on his neck, and he goes limp and falls unconscious at your feet.
Pressure points.
Oh, you're right.
Okay, so let's drag these into the tent. I hope the prisoners don't say anything.
We go in saying.
This is more damn prisoners we're gonna have to free now.
Well, we just gotta march them out and say that, like, Resmir had an
Wait.
interesting idea for them as cannon fodder or something.
We can try
Actually-
to. We can bring him outside for a sacrifice.
One of them is a half elf.
Yeah, one of them is a half elf. We're gonna leave one of these prisoners behind? Wait, let's check these cultists first.
It's one of them a half elf.
No. But the other one is. Oh!
Jesus.
Well, jackpot, wouldn't you say?
Woo! Thank goodness,
So you strip
because
the cultists.
Christ.
all right, strip them
How
both.
lucky are we?
Azrael,
What-
do you want to rough off this cultist a little bit, just to give him the illusion of looking a little bit more like Leosin?
So I take his shirt off just so he looks like Leosin.
I would love to.
Oh gosh.
Oh no! No!
We'll skip the torturous aspect, but if you, we'll just assume that Azrael thoroughly lays this guy's skin bare and gives him a couple good lashes. Which, honestly, lashes coming from the slaves' tent, not surprising at all. No one's gonna question that.
He's not even screaming. He's knocked out. He's just getting lashed.
Just beating the shit out of him.
Hearing
This
someone
poor
getting
guard
bodied.
is going to just wake up tied to the post where Leosin was in
I
like a
can
couple
imagine.
hours.
I can imagine Azrael not loving this. He's just pummeling a corpse.
I bet this is the same guard that was talking shit about him before too.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Oh.
Azrael, that was the guy that was talking shit about me.
Can we roll to see if it was the same
Whoa.
guard?
If you
Oh,
would
yeah.
say that.
It was.
Oh.
Alright, well,
Well,
so let's
you got your revenge.
Did it feel
untie
good,
these
Azrael?
prisoners, tie the fake Leosin
Did
up.
you want me to rough him up a little bit, or
You just ripped him
We're
up.
Azrael,
just
stop,
making.
you're almost
Yeah,
killing
you
him.
just ripped him up.
no? I'm thinking back to my God, and my lawful goodness, and I will just rough
Here's
him up
also the god of
for greater
justice.
good for our cause. But I am not going to injure this.
He's not gonna enjoy it.
He can barely breathe, Azrael. Stop. Okay.
What would you guys like to do with the second prisoner?
I'm taking his heart.
The second
Okay.
Ah,
God damn it. No.
No
I-
witnesses.
Let's
I
just tie him
grabbed
to
the heartless corpse and I toss him in the woods over there.
No,
Yeah,
don't
You're
just
gonna
put-
you're gonna
You
carry him
can-
all the way across camp over there?
I thought there was nobody on the way. I thought there was nobody on the way. If there's
No,
people, I
just-
won't then.
Just
Oh, we're
What
in
you
the
gonna
tent.
do?
We're in the tent.
We keep
Yeah,
the second
we're in the tent.
costume.
what you take his costume, put it on one of the
Listen,
on that
give it,
half
give it to
elf.
give it to Clara. Actually, Clara needs one.
She already
We'll
has
put it, no,
one.
we give one of the costumes to the
Leo Sin and one to Clara.
Leosin, and then the other one's just spare. We can do whatever with
Yeah,
it.
use the second one and put
Me
it on that health, the other half elf that we now have.
Oh, the half elf
because,
we
you
have,
know-
yeah, yeah. Just
Yeah.
make sure things aren't
Give it
suspicious.
to him.
That's
Put
smart.
his clothes. Put his clothes on the dead guard. That way, it just looks like he was tortured to death. No one's gonna
Yeah,
fucking care
with
about
a cut out heart.
a prisoner. Yeah, no one's
Yeah,
gonna care
it's true.
about.
No one will care about the prisoner. All right. So switcheroo. The
More.
Leosin gets the guard's clothes. The guard looks like Leosin. The guard gets the half elf's clothes.
Uncanny
And the
resemblance.
half
by
elf
the way.
gets the cultist's clothes.
All right.
And now we
There
have
you go.
like 14 prisoners that we're gonna march out and just say, yeah, Resnick said that we're gonna go and
We're gonna kill
use
him
them as
dead.
cannon fodder or something.
It's actually 9 total, but you know.
Whatever.
All right. So as you guys pull this switcheroo, you peek back outside and you see that Leosin is still tied to the post. No one's around him. You guys quickly make the switch. You cut Leosin's bond. He kind of gives you a bit of a dirty look, but realizing that he's in no shape to resist you, he doesn't need to be knocked out or carried
Don't
out.
worry, Master. We got
Coerced
this.
physically.
Yeah.
We thought of everything.
We just give him one of those. Let's get going.
I pray you've learned enough information. And you guys tie the guard up outside. He's here. You guys killed this guy's dead inside the tent, and you guys lead your band of prisoners back out into the main area, so you guys can move
Did we learn why they're getting money, or why they're getting gold, or just looting in general?
You have not.
Hmm. If we don't learn that on the way out, we'll think of something.
All right. Feel free to move the party token again, and we'll start
So we're
making
just
our
making
way
our way out.
out of the tent, making your way downtown.
Since we're going kind of slow, I'm gonna.
Guess we're home
Since we
back.
have so many prisoners, I want to take the opportunity to try to eavesdrop on as many conversations as I can on the way out.
That's a good idea. So as you
Right.
guys begin your way out of the camp,
And I'm gonna tell the rest of the party to keep their ears open too, just in case they hear anything useful. I'm sure Leosin will be listening too, because that's the whole reason he's here.
you hear a couple people talking about a particular monk who's of special interest to Resmir. They kind of are wondering why she would keep such a pitiful creature alive. And one quips, I wouldn't want to be in that half elf skin, or at least what's left of it.
Ooh, I start to shiver.
You hear as you kind of continue out from the second layer of the camp, another group is kind of talking about the back-breaking pain of unloading all of those goddamn boxes into the cave, and that they're glad that they're done with the raid because they really don't want to haul anything else for at least a couple of nights. To which one of them assures the other that probably won't be a problem, as they'll just make the kobolds carry the next load.
Good old kobolds.
And as you guys exit or approach the exit, at least of level 2, you see an unfortunate sight walking up the path from level 1. You spy none other than the very same rear guard that you encountered earlier wandering back into camp. And they are coming right your way.
What do you do?
We just need to lie to them.
How far are we from them?
Let me throw them on the map here. We'll make her a little bit bigger too.
This looks like a path here. Why don't we just go like this?
That feels a bit easy. We have like 8 or 9 prisoners.
Yeah, we have like 9 to 12 prisoners here.
I think it's 9 exactly.
9.
We have
We just
12
need to
to
make it
15
smooth.
prisoners.
Hustle,
Hustle.
We just gotta make it smooth.
Oh,
Don't look suspicious. Don't make it abrupt. Look like you were going that way the entire time.
Come on, move along.
when we get to
pieces
the
of
corner,
shit.
I start to walk a little bit faster.
As you guys maneuver around the rear guard, hold up just a second here.
I tried to eavesdrop on them also.
Someone emerges from this tent with a large cleaver in hand, and says, "Oi! I'm glad you're here. I suppose this is the work detail I've been waiting for to prepare supper."
Negative.
No.
It's negative.
Well, if they're not here to help, then I suppose you're here to help, eh?
No.
There-
So we gotta do something.
So what
Understand.
are you doing with these prisoners then?
I step forward.
Well,
They're with me.
I need one more charisma check from the whole party.
Easy.
my dice. I dropped it.
Oh god.
Can I
Really?
Oh, 17.
can I roll with inspiration? I didn't roll. Can I roll with inspiration? I'm scared.
Yeah, you can roll with inspiration.
You know
if you
what?
like.
You're standing so close to your hero monksters.
Okay, I'll just no inspiration. Screw it. 14.
Remember the lie, Bathin.
I know.
Remember,
Resmir had an ingenious plan to use these prisoners as cannon fodder.
It's our worst rolls yet.
the cookie with his large cleaver looks directly at you, Azrael Sky, and kind of cocks his head just a little bit. And he says, "Why do you look so familiar, friend? Have I heard anything around the mess hall about you lately?"
Why do I look so familiar?
Or it might be just a coincidence.
I
Gets it all-
think
these fighter types with their messed up noses.
I think you might have been that fool that decided to challenge Scionrath to a duel. Tell me I'm wrong.
But
I've challenged no one to a duel.
is there anybody around us, or is it the only guy that's the only guy that can see us from where I can see?
As you guys look around, you see that several people have begun to amass around you.
Oh no!
Why was the cook out in the fight?
Well, funny you should ask that, but if there's one thing that knows what's going on around this camp, it's me. After all, when you've got to prepare food for all these mangy dogs, you pick up a thing or two. Tell me, why don't we see what Scionrath himself has to say about this situation, eh?
Bjoren, quick suggestion.
Nothing to say for yourself? Well,
I have challenged
I
no one
guess-
to
I
a duel.
guess-
I don't know what you're
I guess-
talking about.
You dare question one of my initiates?
I'll question whoever I like if I'm sure he is who I think he is. Now,
I'll
if
cast
you'll
su-
excuse
You
me,
fool,
I'll cast
I was
suggestion.
there.
I'll cast suggestion on him right now. And I ask him to
Drop the subject.
to go back inside to keep go back inside to keep cooking and let us pass through without incident.
16 against your spell save DC.
Ah, 14.
I think not. I think this is a matter for Scionrath himself. Oh, what luck. It appears he's coming this way now. And as you look to the east, you see, along with our rearguard friend, the large 12-foot half-dragon Scionrath walking directly towards the party and their captives. And we're going to cliffhanger right there for the week. Oh!
Oh no!
To be continued.
To be continued. Thank you guys very much for joining in. I hope you had a good time. We will be back next Monday, same time, same place, yeah?
Yes.
Yep.
Probably
think
won't
so.
be there.
Oh, no!
What?
I'm going it's a long weekend here, and I'm gonna go to Boston.
Oh, no, you know what? It is a long weekend. Actually, we're going to take a little break, and we will let you guys know when we'll be back next because it's the 4th of July here in the United States.
Oh, that's right.
The week after,
I forgot
I'm on
about that.
vacation, so I won't be there.
Oh, great. All right, well, we'll find a time, and we'll keep you guys
It
updated.
might not be on a Monday, so I have.
It might not be on a Monday.
Yeah, I should
Yeah,
be
I'm
available.
after.
Yeah, we'll discuss it after.
Yeah,
Well-
hold on.
Watch the Twitter, watch the other streams. We'll let you guys know. I'll put up an event for it. How about that?
The tweeter.
The tweeter.
The tweeter.
But
Thank
we
you
did get
guys
some
for
really good
coming
info
in.
today.
Yeah, fun RP session.
Not most of what we wanted.
Yeah.
I'm
One combat this session.
I'm a little bit sorry that the stream quality was kind of in and out. Seems like Twitch had some problems, but we'll get it all sorted out, and we'll see you guys next time.
See you.